Okay, hello, hello. You don't like siege dislike. Boo! It's not nice. Just waiting to hear my own voice. Okay, hello, hello. You don't like siege dislike. Boo! It's not nice. Audio's good. Audio's good, we're here. Rainbow Six Siege? Oh. Oh, of course. Obviously. Doesn't it limit you to like 4? Okay. Just getting everything set up here. Delay the stream for like 3 to 4 hours, please. I'm about to board a flight. Oh, Phil from Spain, of course. Of course I can do that. Bloodless. I can wait. Bloodless, aren't you playing? You can play Angels. Just send me the replays. I'll cast them. Okay. Sorry. Typing to some of the players. We're figuring some stuff out. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing here? We're doing some Siege. It's just something I wanted to do. I made a post a while ago that most of you probably saw and cringed because I over-update everyone all the time. But yeah, we're doing some more for fun kind of content. Done a lot of sweaty tryhard stuff on this patch. We did the entire Warpstone Cup on a patch similar to this one, and then there was the playoffs on this current patch, so everybody knows all the sweaty tryhard stuff. Been doing some other for fun events. And one I really like, and I've always liked, but I don't get to run very often, is Siege. It's not the most competitive format at times, but it's fun. Umaiz, who's actually in this game right now, does more Siege stuff than I've done. And he's been posting a lot of good recommendations. I took some of them I didn't have enough time to take. Because it's like, oh, you probably shouldn't do this. I'm like, well, it's 5 minutes from the start time, so I'm not going to change that just yet. But yeah, tonight's stream could be a little cooked. Who knows? We'll find out. But we have 5 players tonight. Shouldn't be too hard. There's one thing that is cooked, but it's intentionally cooked. So game 1 is you play on the same map, because if you defend on a map that's better than a different map, and that's fucked up. So it's on the same map. Players defend, and then they switch, and then the same player attacks while the other player defends, right? If both defenders win or both attackers win, so it's tied, right? Game 3, how do you decide? I put my new favorite tiebreaker is Troll Country. You can only pick a lord. It has to be a Skaven lord. You have to fulfill attacking rules, no Flensing Ruin. So tiebreakers are just going to be jank as fuck Skaven lord duels, which I am here for. Should I DM you the factions I want banned? You can post it in Tourney Opponent. Your opponent Angel already banned Dwarves and Wood Elves. Bloodless. Yeah. So we should have 6 Siege games tonight, no matter what. Because even if it is a 2-0, the only thing you're missing is the tiebreaker, which isn't even Siege. But 6 Siege games tonight. We'll see how it goes. I'm asking Olaf if these are the final factions, because he readied up, so he must know something. But if it is truly Chaos Dwarves attacking vampire counts, it's interesting. It's interesting you would go vampire counts to defend. Weird. You can see the lobby settings in front of you. That's why I don't have a blocker, as you can check them out. Default funds, unit scale ultra, time limit 20 minutes. So if the defender is still holding on to the fortress at 20 minutes, they win. Settlement level is 0. That's about it. We did limit siege engines to 3, so you can take 3 battering rams, you can take 3 towers, you can take a battering ram and 2 towers. It's up to you. And the attackers and defenders do have different funds when you put the funds on default. I forget the exact ratio, but it gives the attackers maybe 30% more gold. Game 3 should be a double ambush. Oh yeah, that's easy. Dude, Zero Fool, I also kind of want some Skaven duels, not gonna lie. Oh no, Thunderbarge incoming? I did not put on any special unit restrictions, that's true, but I gave each player 5 global bans before the tourney started, so you don't know who your opponent is, so you should be picking factions you truly don't want to face, rather than trying to just ban out what your opponent plays. But that is a way where, listen, if I gave you 5 global bans and you didn't ban dwarves and you get thunderbarged in a tournament where the rules say I am not banning any specific units, at some point that's your fault. Like, come on. I gave you 5 global bans. But yeah. But like, I do agree with you, Maiz, in one thing. He was talking to me about you shouldn't need that many global bans because a lot of stuff will be different about Siege than land battles. And while that's true, I did include the global bans, not because I thought Kislev, Bretonnia, Dwarves, Empire would be OP. I just wanted to give people some agency on what they didn't want to fight while we figure out some stuff. But, yeah. What up, Tequila Sunset? Curious to see how this goes? Yeah, I'm learning. Umaiz and Olaf, actually the 2 people in this lobby, already messaged me. Olaf was talking to me about what maps are going to be good, and then Umaiz was talking to me about rules I should have implemented ahead of time, and I snuck some of them in there quick, but I missed some, so who knows? I literally put in the tournament page, though, I was like, happy to have some feedback, but do phrase it as feedback. Don't just say this, like, blank sucks. Say, I didn't really enjoy blank. I think blank could be better. Like, that's one thing. Is like, feedback is nice, but I do hate sometimes people just like to like post things like, blank sucked. You're welcome. And I'm like, that wasn't actually helpful. You just made me feel bad. Helpful is telling me how to fix it. What up, Miguel? How you doing? I have instructed our... You can take a look at the bracket while we wait for that dwarf army to be done. I instructed Angel and Blood Elves to send us replays of their best of 3. So we won't catch all of them live. I do intend to watch Olaf and Umaiz live, and then I will catch the replays of Angel and Blood Elves, and then I might catch the replays of Pigman versus whoever wins this one. Just for the health of the stream. Keep things moving without much downtime, but for the first series we got to be live, obviously, because there's no replays to cast, right? So we will see. I don't like your face. Have you considered getting a new one? See, that's actionable feedback, because you put in the solution is getting a new one. I have a flight in about 7 hours. I should really go to sleep. You probably should. Probably should. I have, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we have a 2v2 new player plus experienced player tournament this weekend. We have a charity stream Wednesday night with Rocket, Row, and Golden Floof. Two owners of very, very cute dogs fighting it out for some dog charity donations. And then next week sometime, if there's no patch... Actually, yeah, this one doesn't matter if there's a patch or not. I was going to do my survival format again with 2 players that I'm not going to reveal because the point... If I tell you who if I tell the players who the other players are, then they might make their blind picks differently. But it's where 2 players don't know their opponent. They pick 3 factions they want to play. Then I reveal who their opponent is. And whatever order you picked your factions in, you fight. So let's say it was like Xiphos and Alfredino. Xiphos might do like Wood Elves, High Elves, and Empire, and Alfredino might do Empire, Bretonnia, and Tzeentch. So then, first one would be Wood Elves versus Empire. Second one would be High Elves versus Bretonnia. Third one would be Empire versus Tzeentch. But then the survival part kicks in is after you go through, let's say Xiphos' Wood Elves won and he lost in his High Elves and Empire. Xiphos' Wood Elves are still in it, so he can fight Alfredino's Tzeentch and Bretonnia with his Wood Elves and try and win. So it's like, we did it earlier with Pigman versus Captain Telis. But yeah, so it's called survival because you're in it as long as you still have a faction that hasn't lost. It's like you have 3 lives. Is this Rat Basics? I miss Rainbow Six Vegas because they had Terrorist Hunt, which was one of the best game modes ever. And recently a game called Ready or Not that's kind of similar to Terrorist Hunt, but it's a little more realistic. I liked the arcadey feel of Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2's Terrorist Hunt. Or it just drops you on a map, randomly generates where 45 or 60 enemy AI spawn. You just go through. Shit was dope. Shetland Apache claiming he made tournaments. That's a fucking lie. You've never done a tournament in your whole life. I'm kidding, of course. Shetland is beloved. Alright, looks like we're getting into game. So the Chaos Dwarves, since they are attacking, they should have a good bit more funds. I like that co-op was split down the middle of the TV, made stacking up doors way more epic. Sugar Crypt, that's a good point. That's a good point. You think you hosted like 150 tournaments in Warhammer 1. Why did you host on the bad game and not the good game? Is this the Dust 2 map from Counter-Strike? No. Hey, Trogdor. While the players set up, this was a map recommended to me. Zufbar. Looks like it has multiple gates for you to attack, so pretty hard to get like stuck in a choke point of just like, this is the only way in. Lots of towers the vampire counts can use against their opponents if they deploy there. So looking at the armies, the vampire counts, since their opponent is setting up, they're waiting to deploy until they see where the Chaos Dwarves kind of make their home. We do have some fast action Vargeists and Manfred, pretty standard stuff if you watch land battles, so 4 Vargeists there. Strong units in general, and in Siege I imagine they're the same. The ability to fly and their high speed allows them to get wherever they need to be in the Siege battle. You have some Blood Knights for sweepers through the streets, Mortis Engine to punish any blobs that form, a Necromancer for some buffs, and then Zombies and the Dire Pack and Skellies. Not a lot of oomph to this Vampire Count army outside of their Vargeists. So I think if the Chaos Dwarves manage to avoid making one deadly blob, they should be okay. Let's see what they brought. Looks like they're setting up on this, looking at the map, that is east on the eastern side, looks like where their main point of ingress is going to be. We have a Great Taurus, a Bale Taurus, and then a Sorcerer Prophet of Fire on his own Bale Taurus with Flamestorm and Fireball. Infernal Ironsworn and Goblin Laborers on the ground with some sneaky gits, Hobgoblin sneaky gits. More Infernal Guard in the towers. 2 Infernal Guard, 1 Chaos Dwarf Warrior in these towers. Look at those spooky ass towers. Look at them. Those are cool. Triple Cathay Fireborn, they cannot make use of those siege towers, unfortunately for them. We do have one Blunderbuss in the Granite Guard, some Bull Centaur Rangers, Grey Opens, and we do have Gorda's Backstabber for a bit of hero pressure. A couple Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders with bows as well. Chaos Dwarves look like they're going to rely heavy on their heavy infantry. Unfortunate adjective choice there. Gonna bust through with some siege towers nice and quick. Leave some mobile forces. If the vampire counts truly want to send all their forces to this wall, you could use your mobility and get around, so at least like keep the vampires a little honest. The Time of the Griffin. Warhammer 1, I only played campaign. I never played online for that one. Okay. I do think with 3 single entities, especially 2 of the single entities have breath attacks, that Mortis engine might be in a bit of a pickle. I don't think it'll have as free of a time just sitting in a blob as it would like to. But with 3 Infernal Guard and then 3 Cathay Fireborn, there's definitely a lot of potential for the Mortis engine to just drain them out. So you guys are going to have to be good with the single entities to take that thing out. He obviously doesn't have a lot of shooting. Most of the Chaos Dwarfs shooting is straight line, Fire Glaives and Blunderbusses and stuff, so they're not great in a siege. He brought 1, just because it's smart to have, but it's not like we can rely on them to take out the Mortis engine no matter what. 3 Tauruses is going to be tough to deal with. Yeah, probably. The Defender does win if the time limit runs out, though, so Olaf doesn't necessarily have to kill everything, he just has to hold on. Unlike land battles, though, it's not like you can just heal Blob and get through everything. I mean, you can lose a lot of capture points, and I forget, they changed it now, so the only way to actually win is to take the Victory Plaza, right? You can't take the key building and just hold on to it. I believe so. Olaf setting up now. The Chaos Dwarves have made their intentions known. His Vargeist and Manfred just hovering above the walls might as well be close enough to do something about it. I wonder if he's going to bother manning the walls. I've heard mixed things on this, because there isn't much of a siege meta, but some people don't even bother with the towers because the walls get taken so fast that your troops are just stuck up there and then they die, because they can't usually retreat fast enough. But otherwise, I mean, like, you could take them with 100 gold zombies, and they're probably going to get 100 gold worth of damage value in their first couple seconds of life. Do SEMs have capture weight? Not if they fly, correct. Stacking his entire attacking force on a few gates next to each other. Bold strategy. Yeah, I wonder if he doesn't want to spread out too much, seeing as how his opponent has 4 Vargeists and a Flying Lord. He's worried he maybe can't get around as much. I do think with Cathay Fireborn and Bull Centaurs, you have enough mobility to at least spread out along this wall. Like, try and take 3 gates, but I don't know. It's not like he has a ton of infantry either, though. He went for some hyper-elite infantry, but not a lot of them. He has 3 Infernal Guard, for God's sakes. Well, 2 Infernal Guard, 1 Infernal Iron Sword. It's all the same. I think you have to take the key building before you can take the Victory Plaza. Gotcha. Now that I think about it, yeah, these Chaos Dwarves do not have a lot of boys. They have 5 melee infantry, 6 if you include the Laborer, which I don't, because he'll rout if he's left alone. Undead setting up their defenses. Looks like they're building some of those little gates. What's that? Hey, what is that? A healing gate. Plus leadership, plus healing. Yuck. Oh, he's really going for those. Okay. So clearly he doesn't intend to just cede any ground to the Chaos Dwarves. He's going to defend this spot. If he might wants to, though, he could just ignore that little mini plaza and just go that way. But we'll see. McGrightface gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, sir. Gave one to Autumn Chan. That's a mistake. Autumn Chan will make you regret it. We do have a Hobgoblin sneaky kit in the far distance, now sneaking up to the point. In they go. First fireball is out. Wow, that did a lot of damage to Vargeists. Jesus Christ. That did so much damage. What the fuck? That was a 200 gold fireball. You missed the FFA live stream. It was pretty fun. I think it would make a good VOD. A lot of the games are actually really good. First breath attack out onto the Vargeists. Second one's coming in too. Man, that one Vargeist is just taking so much damage. Oh, I guess it's actually 2 different ones. Is now the Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders Oh, and the single entities, the Vargas are just getting trash canned right now. Vampire counts might want to reconsider their strategy of wandering out here. I think he thought probably the Vargas would do a bit better than they did, and now the Granite Guard getting free shots onto these Vargas that are trying to go dive them, but regretting it instantly, turning back to the fortress. They're like, nope, nope, this was an oopsie. We're taking the L. As the tower is like, get out of my way, you flying bastards. The tower's actually stuck on the flying fight. It's getting past now as the Infernal Guard get dumped onto the walls, and these poor zombies are about to get absolutely massacred. As the Cathay Fireborn are working on the walls, Manfred and his Vargas starting to fall back now. They got some damage onto the Great Taurus, but not a lot. The damage is pretty spread across the main things. And yeah, it looks like Yumai is using these Cathay Fireborn and the Bull Centaur renders as the damage to get through the gates, rather than just relying on infantry. And then his infantry are going to take the walls, and he has a very strong flying force to keep Manfred and his boys from getting any giant breath attacks. Blood Knights and the Dire Pack actually ride out of the fortress. Looks like they're going to try and flank some of these guys. Hit the Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders and the Granite Guard unawares. Speaking of unawares, we have Hobgoblin Sneaky Gits sneaking around, being Gits. They'll get involved when they feel like it. Those siege towers doing good work. You don't have to use the regular ladders that can have you do a trickle formation in, and then it takes you forever to really get in the fight. Now we already have Chaos Dwarves inside the walls, hackling zombies. Zombies just trying to hold this gate, so at least the Fireborn have to work through it. Again, the defenders are buying time. They're not actually trying to win on value. We have 3 minutes already spent, so already about almost 20% of the time has passed in the siege. So the Chaos Dwarves, while they're making great progress... Ooh, did you see that breath attack in from Manfred? But then a follow-up Flamestorm, trying to take out the zombies so that maybe these Infernal Guard can get the capture weight on here, and the Bull Centaur Renders don't even have to finish the gate, but they are trying to. Manfred got a beautiful breath attack down on the Infernal Guard, and these gates are a-fallen. The single entity Goon Squad has come for the Mortis Engine like we suspected. Don't want to let it just drain down their troops as that gate is about to fall, and I am very worried for the vampire counts already. In comes the Dire Pack and the Blood Knights. Ooh, Dire Pack are actually trying to hunt down Gordas and his mutinous Gits off in the distance. But Blood Knights thought about getting involved. Now they're running away from the Granite Guard, just doing a bit of distraction, though I am really, really worried that the vampire counts have taken just so much damage in this early game. Yumai's has a bigger army, and he's done 1,600 more damage value to his opponents. That is pretty brutal. First gate is broken. The Cathay are through. We can wander in now as these zombies and skeletons try and hold the Necromancer and Mortis Engine, who are getting good damage out onto that Infernal Guard, to be fair, as the second gate is broken in. Wall is vegetable for Ogre dinner. Yeah. Looks like Shetland is correct as the 3 Goon Squads go after Manfred, trying to knock him down. He's running away. I do worry that time is of the essence, and Manfred can run away pretty much infinitely. Hobgoblin Sneaky Gits sneaky snuck their way right inside the walls, and they've taken a gate. Looks like they're trying to take the gate to let Gordas in as the Dire Pack are chasing him down. But remember that the Chaos Dwarves are microing 2 different fights, so those Dire Pack do eventually catch Gordas, and we'll see how quickly he can be microed to safety, because there's a lot going on. So 2 gates have broken, and already we have some Cathay Fireborn and Goblin Laborers streaming through. It looks like these ones are going to go for the capture points. Without the Blood Knights inside the walls, which it looks like they're trying to get back inside as we speak, without the Blood Knights inside the walls, there's no anti-large to run these guys down and really make them regret doing that. The Vargas get a nice big fight up in the sky. They're going to lose the fight eventually, but they will get what damage out they can, while another Flamestorm rips through these poor skeletons on the ground. Manfred even bothers with a little bit of healing for them, overcasted on himself and the Vargas as well. Getting good damage onto the Chaos Dwarves in the sky, though, so Olaf has really stemmed the bleeding. The damage value lead has been about the same for quite a while. The Mortis Engine survived the gooning attempt. 2 Infernal Guard got drained to death by it, and this Infernal Ironsworn isn't feeling too good either. So the Mortis Engine's actually been having a pretty good day so far. This gate is a disaster as the Chaos Dwarves stream through it, going through the last of the zombie defenders and now advancing into the city proper. The mutinous Gits are on their way, but Gordas did get eaten by the Dire Pack, so unfortunately he could not be rallied or didn't have the mass to escape after he got caught. And what's going on over here? All the Vargas are dead, so while I just said a couple nice things for the vampire counts, the Mortis Engine and Gorda's being killed, this breakthrough is a bit of a problem, and all their Vargeists are gone. Manfred lines up a point-blank shot, gazes the gash into the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire, whose heal is on cooldown. Those Bale Tauruses still going to be a problem, as 6 minutes out of 20 have passed, almost a third of the way through the timer. I think the Chaos Dwarves are on a good time-wise path, but we'll see if they can really finish it out, as Olaf is building some towers here and there. Good breath attacks onto the Blood Knights. Not the craziest damage from those Bale Tauruses, but it never really has been. Cathay are trying to swim their way through the Undead, but Undead take a long time to die. It's kind of their whole brand. And this could be an overchase here. All three of the Tauruses land on Blood Knights. With Manfred jumping in to support, they have no infantry support of their own, so they are sitting those anti-large elite knights, while the Mortis Engine is draining down Cathay and the Bull Center Renders while fighting on top of their own healing and leadership auras. There's 3 different healing auras for these vampires here. They aren't going anywhere quickly. We still have zombies on the wall. The zombies are still holding the wall. That's crazy. The Tauruses are getting through the Blood Knights, but Manfred chucked out a quick zombie summon to give them a little bit of support. Lots of big damage coming out. Only the Sorcerer Prophet has healing. The Great Taurus and the Bale Taurus have to just lick their wounds the old-fashioned way. Gordas did not die. He actually survived, and he is running up. I don't know what he's going to do. Can he capture the point without capturing the rally point? I don't know. And being super wounded, he probably doesn't have a ton of capture rate, but those mutinous gits are going to be a bit of a problem. Another flame storm out from the Chaos Dwarves, killing off those zombies and Blood Knights. As Manfred's going to get a beautiful breath attack down onto the Sorcerer Prophet. That was really nice. He's going to charge in. It looks like he's trying to rout that guy, but yeah, I definitely approve of him backing off there, because there was a lot of problems beneath his feet. Takes a good amount of chunk out of the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire, though. 12 minutes left. The Vampire Counts have to survive if they're going to win this thing. Oh, but the Granite Guard made it inside the walls, and now they're going to make Manfred's life hell. He's already heal capped, so there's not too much more healing he can do. The Granite Guard are lining up for a big shot, but the Cathay Fireborn are in the way, saving Manfred, but for how long? As now we have all these Cathay Fireborn, all these Bull Centaurs, the Great Taurus, all these things surrounding Manfred. He's having a terrible time. His health is just getting chunked down. We all know how desperate it gets for Vampire Counts after their Lord dies. Mortis Engine's still draining as best it can. But I think that's going to be a Chaos Dwarf dub with only 11 minutes left. I mean, they still have a lot of forces. Losing all those Vargeists in that early fight outside the walls. I mean, they lost 2 out of their 4 in that early fight, and then lost 2 more in here. The second 2 died a lot more honorably, but yeah, losing that early stuff was pretty brutal. I don't think he can stall it out. The timer is about half over. Oh, Manfred survives, and he tries to get a snipe on a Sorcerer Prophet of Fire. Isn't quite able to, and is going to fall back. The Mortis Engine is heal capped and still draining, but takes out a Cathay Fireborn on the way out. A zombie summon at its feet. Try and keep it alive as a fireball chases Manfred. Gets a little bit of damage, but not enough to kill him outright. So Gordas is trying to capture the plaza. We still have Hobgoblin Sneaky Git sneaking around. A full health Dire Pack coming to help out. The Königstein Stalkers are holding the central point. 10 minutes left on the timer. Manfred escaped. Hi, airstrikes. The walls broke before the zombies did. Yeah, zombies don't give a shit. As Manfred dives on some Infernal Guard to be helpful while staying out of the way. Time is halfway done. The Chaos Dwarves seem to be in good straits, but actually all 3 of these units would die to the Dire Pack. I wonder if they even see him coming as the Dire Pack around the corner. I just want to see this in cinematic mode. What is that black carpet running at us? Oh my god. The wolves of the undead, no! Look at them run. Because none of them have enough HP to withstand this charge, and the Dire Pack are anti-large. All of these guys are large, and none of them have any armor. So the 2 Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders get immediately routed. Gordas is also going to die, so that's 3 units off the map for the Chaos Dwarfs. Olaf stayed really even in value after that initial disaster. Like, literally, when the game started, he was 2,000 value behind, and then he stayed 2,000 value behind the whole game. And it kind of ended up being close. I know the balance of power doesn't look close. The attacker does have more funds, and Imais is winning, but, like, he traded pretty darn well, he being the Vampire Count. Almost killed the Sorcerer Prophet. Gordoz is gonna die if you give the Dire Pack a couple more seconds. The Blunderbusters are full HP, but one breath attack from Manfred could change that. And then it's like, yeah, you have a Bull Centaur render. You have some Cathay Fireborn, but... Good try from the Vampire Counts, good try. Umaiz was warning me that the attackers might have a significant advantage if I allowed it siege equipment, but I liked the flow of siege equipment. He just teleported. Anyway, I liked the flow of siege equipment personally, where like you didn't have to use ladders on the walls that take forever and really jank the fuck out of your units. So I like that he could just flump onto the walls and keep moving. It also really prevented blob fights around the gates because again, the walls are a viable mean of ingress. So I liked it. I think that was a pretty slick siege. Again, Umaiz might be right. The attacker is too defendered. Well, the attacker is too favored, but we'll find out. It was just game one, and I did notice some mistakes Olaf made, like the 2 Var guys dying. But man, the attackers do have a lot of units. A lot of units. I like the Cathay Fireborn being used as kind of a pseudo cavalry to just keep moving, keep breaking through things. The heavy infantry had a hard time against the Mortis engine, but it was really the tale of the 3 giant flying bulls. Manfred also did fantastically. Mortis, oh, look at the Mortis engine. 4,500 value. Even though Umaiz didn't really blob up much, it still got crazy value. So they should be flipping positions now. Should be flipping positions, so Olaf will be the attacker. Umaiz will be the defender. Pick different factions. Do not ask how Udens go inside Nurgle siege towers. It's through the bum. That's the joke he was making. It's the bum. All right, I'm gonna grab some lemonade. I'll be right back. I return! 30% extra funds for attacker. Did we confirm that, or are you just repeating my guess? Because mine was a guess. What are the funds for each? I don't want to spoil builds for them. I'm gonna go check for you. I told the players to wait for me. So siege, attacker has 22,000. Defender has 15,400. with the default fund. So even the defender gets more money than usual, which is interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah. So it looks like both sides get more funds, which is fine. You get to see some units you don't usually get to see. Because Yumai's last game, he took like 3 Infernal Guard because he has a bunch of money, but he still only has 20 unit slots. So it's not like you can just take a ton of chaff. You're kind of constrained by your unit slots, so you have to grab some elite shit. Looks like we have Dark Elves attacking the Ogre Kingdoms. Kind of always thought of the Ogres as more of an attacking faction. Just tuned in, what did you miss? You missed one pretty good battle. Missed a pretty good battle. If you want to go back or watch the VOD or something, I guess I won't spoil it, but it was good. Dark Elves and Ogres building their factions, building their rosters. As a kitty attacked me. Hello, kitty. Grace and I started watching the Great British Baking Show. Oh. She's already watched a couple seasons here and there. I never have, so we started watching the most recent one. Hello, fellow rat. How's it going? It's going pretty good, dude. It's going pretty good. Wait, no, it's not. Why would I say that? Why would I lie to you? It's going bad, bro. Not terribly bad. Kind of bad. Been having a lot of anxiety recently. That's just a bitch. It's not really... Well, it is about something specific, but it's not like something specific to me. I turned 30, which is pretty whatever. But it's just kind of weighing on you, you know? When you're in your 20s, you're like, oh, I'm in my 20s. And I know 30 isn't that old. I'm not saying I'm that old, but it's like something about being in your 20s, you still feel like you're a bit of a kid. And then when you turn 30, you're like, oh, I'm like halfway to 60. And then it kind of like sinks in and hits you. So I'm just having a lot of anxiety about that. It's just kind of generalized. It's not like a... Anxiety is kind of a thing where it doesn't listen to reason. Where you're like, dude, 30 isn't even that old. There's plenty of life ahead of you and stuff, but... You know? Anxiety is just kind of that kind of bitch, where it decides, this is the thing. This is the thing I'm going to just bother you about. And I have a panic disorder. It's like, not a panic disorder. I have panic disorder. So... Sometimes my body will just be like, we're dying! And I'm like, no, we're not, but okay, I guess you're gonna make me feel like I am. So that's kind of fun. Been at work recently and like, trying to figure out what happened today. How to describe it. It's kind of like there's a guy following you around. And every so often, he can just reach into your chest and, like, grab your heart. And his hands are, like, really cold. But I'll forget he's there. Because, like, nothing's wrong. Like, I'll just be, like, working in my lab. Mixing some stuff. And then he's like, hey, buddy. And just, like, grabs you. And you're just like, ah, fuck! Like, how long have you been standing there? And he's like, all day, bro. All day. Saw that burrito you had. Looked pretty good. I wanted some. You didn't give me any. Now you're getting this. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then it kind of fades like 30 minutes. And you're like, okay, back to work. A couple hours later, and he's like, I forgot something. And he reaches back in. And you're like, oh, God, it's so cold and uncomfortable. You motherfucker. Why are you just following me around? And it's like, I'm anxiety, bitch. Take that. Take that, asshole. No, it's just kind of a chode. I hope you're not going through without support. Nah, dude, I had this since college. Yeah, I went to the doctor because when you first get it, you feel like you're having an actual heart attack. Like well, everybody experiences it differently, but for me, it's very chest focused. So I thought I was having a heart attack because I was just having dinner with my family. I didn't think anything was wrong, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, my chest feels funny, and then like 5 minutes later, my chest feels really weird. And after a while, I'm like, hey guys, I think I gotta go to a doctor. And I went to the doctor's office and they checked all my vitals, and my vitals are completely fine. So like, it's nothing, and that's not helpful, right? When you feel like your chest is exploding and then they just say you're fine, that calms you right down. So the second time it happened, went into a general practitioner, right? Because you might, now that, one, that is a very short version of the story, and two, it's an emergency room. They're kind of like get in and get out, right? They have people to attend to. So they're not going to be like, maybe it was anxiety. They're going to be like, I don't know, but you're good, get out. So the second time I went to a general practitioner, and they're like, oh yeah, you seem to have some panic attack stuff. So they gave me Xanax, and I went to therapy because I didn't want to be on Xanax for the rest of my life. So handled that. It had been mostly under control for like, when was that? I was 19, so about 10 years. And it really kicked up again this year. I thought it was because of the wedding. You know, getting married is kind of a big deal, and a lot of traveling to like visit family and get things ready for the wedding and starting a new job. So I was like, yeah, okay, that comes with anxiety. But then the wedding passed, and the new job's not a new job anymore. And the move is done. We've lived here for a while, and the anxiety didn't go away. And I was like, huh. And then one day I was just like, you're 30. Oh, oh, fuck. I'm 30. No, I know it all too well, being 30.83. That's a very specific amount of 30, my friend. We have to make the brain out to this living entity because it really is a mind of its own. Turned 40 in Feb, old enough that I can't ignore that my parents are running out of time, Peter. Dude, I feel that. Like, I'm trying to avoid some of the specifics because I really don't want to bum people out. Some people came here to watch a video game and go haha. But like, you're touching on where the anxiety's coming from about being 30 is it's not always about me, is it? But I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there because, you know, I don't want to bum this whole stream out. But yes, I very much know what you're talking about. So, feels, brother, feels. Christian, I have not tried that. Should I try that? Is that a thing? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that right now. Hi, Death Rabbit. KV, I could see that. Literally thought I was gonna die. And oddly enough, the source of mine is undiagnosed ADHD. Robin Williams? That is a very Robin Williams thing to do. Because he had ADD and did he have ADHD and ADD or just ADD? Just trying to think about every second that passes being one you'll never get back. The time flows on, we're drinking with it, yeah. Raw, survival mode is pretty good. It's pretty good. You can know you're 100% fine, but feel you're dying, never go down the medication route. Bill from Spain? Yeah. I needed medication briefly to, like, get a handle on it, like, while I was doing therapy, but then therapy took over and I could get off the medication and just focus on the breathing techniques and the mental stuff, yeah. Alright. Alright. Let's focus up. Focus up, ladies and gents. Enough wholesome health and mental health therapy hour with Hummus Boy. Yes, yes. We are on to video games and violence hour. Still with Hummus Boy. Yes, yes. That's not much better. And Turin is currently streaming Tower Defense 2, so if you want to abandon me and go watch that, that's fine. It's Turin. I get it. I'll be mad at you. I'll never forgive you, but I get it. Inside. Necromancer? Hopefully you haven't had to feel that way in a long time, dude. Hopefully. Alright, for the Sieging Dark Elves, we have a Canid Assassin. Trying to be sneaky next to the walls. Currently is stalked. I don't know whether the walls can see you or not. Do they have to be manned to have their stalk detection? Well, speaking of stalking, we have 4 shades also just sitting under the walls of the Empire, just chilling. Who is Turin? This is tower defense already? Hey, let's go. Phil from Spain, have a good flight. Turin is that guy who ruined Human Boy's birthday cake when he was 13. Turin did ruin my birthday cake when I was 13. For the rest of the Dark Elf army, we have Dark Shards. I keep getting distracted by my very interesting and friendly chat. Cold One Knights, their anti-large are going to be very good against the Ogres. A Black Dragon, is it 2 Black Dragons? 2 Black Dragons, neither of which has Malekith on it. Okay. Marathi with Soul Stealer, Melkoth's Power of Darkness, and then we have Blackguard and Bleak Swords in the Siege Towers. And the Raven's Heralds. Lots and lots and lots of armor-piercing missiles here from the Dark Elves trying to kill the Ogres. For the Ogres, we have Noblars manning the walls. Just gonna get a couple shots off, then probably try and run away. So Noblars as far as the eye can see. We have Scrag the Slaughterer with Bone Crusher and Troll Guts. Then we have some Mournfang Cav. And here's the bulk of the Ogre army. Since they are mostly monstrous infantry as a faction, they have a hard time manning the walls, but they'll be pretty good once you get into those narrow streets. We have Saber-Tusk Packs, Gorgers, and then Iron Guts, Ogre Bulls with dual weapons, and that is about it. But a little bit of the opposite of what the Vampire Counts did with Olaf and their defense. This is a much more mobile defense from the Ogres. They're going to be running around and trying to pick engagements, whereas Olaf tried to hold key points with his Mortis Engine and his healing auras and Manfred. The Ogres can't hold shit, but they're going to run you down while they do it. I think I'm missing something with why tower defense is actually enjoyable. I wouldn't watch it, but I used to... Okay, when I say I played tower defense games, it's not like I played them as a primary source of enjoyment, but tower defense games on the Xbox 360 were good for, like, when you had friends coming over in 20 minutes, and you didn't know what to do with yourself for 20 minutes, so you just kind of pop it on, play it, and then when they show up, you can just throw it off. It's fine. Same for, like, dinner. I don't know. Because when I was in high school, then it's like, well, I got home from swim. Just swim. I got home from swim. The swim team. So when I got home from practice, it's like, it's 5:15. Dinner's ready at 6. I have 45 minutes. By the time I shower all the chlorine out of my body, then it's going to be like 25 minutes. Throw on some tower defense. Call it good. Scrag without Maw to get the Gorgers buff running? Oh, yeah, it is Scrag. Good point, good point. Did he bring his Cauldron? I'm really curious now. Scrag brought his Cauldron of the Great Maw. He has Bone Crusher to charge it, but not a ton. Does no one fight below the walls to let the walls get actual damage? I don't know. We did, there's a bug that campaign people probably know, but I was warned about by some of the players who are better at this. They warned me about a gate bug. We're trying to mitigate that by, one, asking the players nicely to not abuse bugs in a for fun event, but also the maps that I was recommended to take have so many gates that it's like, all right, if you bug out one gate, there's going to be a bunch more. Oh, those are vanguarded Gorgers outside the walls. 5:15, we were in the pool until 6:30 every night. Nah, dude. School was over at 3:15, practice for 2 hours, get home at 5:15. Well, not get home, leave at 5:15. Gorgers spawn and immediately charge the Shades. Shades are going to turn and fire as Saber-Tusk Packs are also riding out. I'm guessing that when Noblars were deployed on the walls, the Shades lost their stock, so you might know where they were. But look at this Gorger get absolutely ripped to shreds. They are getting a great trade onto the Shades. I just like watching that full health bar get completely destroyed. Swim is what you say to poorly disguise your drug use online. Yeah, those Shades are regretting their life choices now. They're having a bad fucking time. Marathi even throws a Power of Darkness on one to get some mana out of them. She's like, yeah, you guys are doomed. Tough start here for the Dark Elves. Scrag tries to get a little bit of Cauldron power from the Shades, but The rest of the Dark Elf forces are going to have to do a lot better as the Ravens Heralds are getting picked off by these towers. Ravens Herald's extremely squishy, so not enjoying getting shot by those guys one bit. It has taken a lot of damage as more Cold One Knights are trying to go take the walls. And in comes the Bleak Swords and Blackguard. I'm going to watch a Blackguard get out of their thing, because that is just peak. Then I'll pay attention to the battle, but sometimes cinematics are worth it. The Witch King's Tower. Nope, get back there, fuck you. Look at them all single file, and they just erupt. Ah, Blackguard. So the Dark Elves are taking the walls. Nobblars cannot hope to stop them. Meanwhile, the Black Dragons and Marathi having a bit of issues trying to find effectiveness in this battle so far. Their breath attack's not super good against monstrous infantry unless they're like in a real clump. Like a big ol' clump arena. Did get some shades back. They will quickly be run down by Gorgers. Black Dragon's gonna try and get some value out, but it's not like they can tear out the Gorgers. Gorgers are literally unbreakable. What is going on here is the Dark Shards might want to get inside the walls as quickly as possible, as the Ogres have sent out a lot of mobile forces to sweep through the back line. 2 Cold One Knights is not nearly enough to save you, and yes, it looks like the Dark Shards are sprinting into the towers, trying to get to safety as the Ogres come a-hunting. Go, go, faster, faster, there's other towers, get the other towers, ring the alarm bells! As Dark Shards start to get on the walls as well, everybody's gonna get nice and safe inside the Ogre cities. Can they close the gates on the Ogres? That would be pretty funny, as these Black Ark Corsairs, oh, they were trying to get through the walls, they didn't quite get there! Trapped between a rock and a literal hard place. Gorgers are eating them alive as the Dark Elves take the walls. Still the Black Dragons finishing off some Gorgers in the distance. And here we have Cold One Knights stuck fighting Saber-Tusk packs in the gates themselves. Other Cold One Knights have to stop and fight the Mournfang Cav with great weapons. Now, anti-large, armor-piercing Cav, sure, they're great, but they're getting shot in the back by towers, and the Mournfang Cav are just a little bit better at that job, so it's a toughie here for the Dark Elves. Yumai's on the Ogre Kingdoms up 1,500 value. Now, the attackers do have a bigger army, so they're probably not out of this. And this could actually be a bit of trouble for Scrag. He's even going to throw Troll Guts on himself because he sees it too. The Ravens Heralds out here have no one to stop them from sniping out Scrag. There's no towers to stop them. And we have double Black Dragons closing in. So he threw that Troll Guts on himself real quick because I think Yumai's realized that he way overextended with Scrag and he's about to pay the Troll Toll for it. The rest of the siege is going on, but I do kind of want to see how this turns out. Scrag is doomed. This is the most doomed I've ever seen anyone, and it could be a real problem. The Ogres were having a very valiant and strong defense until this moment, but Scrag overextending is brutal. He is going to rout, and he is not coming back, so the Ogres did just lose their lord. As for time, we just passed 1/5, so still 80% of the time left. Plenty of time for the Dark Elves if they want to capture a bunch of stuff, can still do it. Though the Ogres will put up a stalwart defense, we can still see all these Ogre Bulls and Iron Guts within the walls waiting to fight. Just because the Gorgers are killed off, just because the Mournfang Cav aren't feeling too good, just because Scrag is dead doesn't mean the Ogres are out of boys. Dark Elf starting to take some gates will make mobility for them a little bit easier, as attack orders can be a little strained at times. Mournfang Cav and Gorgers are still getting hunted down. These guys still stuck as Iron Guts block their way into the fortress. The Cold One Knights trapped in this little alcove. Oh, they're just gonna die. That's how the Dark Elves can afford losing millions of troop on all fun all the time. They just enter the cloning towers. Yes. Yusong Dwarves are banned now? Depends on the players. Each player coming into the tournament had 5 bans. And it stands for the whole tournament, so they had to ban before they knew who their exact opponents would be. These Ogre Bulls still holding the door against the Cold One Knights. No one's getting in, no one's getting out. Elsewhere, the Dark Elves have gotten through. Scrag is still being chased off by a Black Dragon, but Marathi and a different Black Dragon are in now. And that will be problematic. If the Ogres lose Scrag, which, like, they're gonna, then their leadership isn't the best in the game, and a rear-charging Spooky Dragon can still get a lot of work done. Dark Shards have set up position. Yumai's still holds a lot of territory for now, but Olaf can take his time, and if he advances slowly up these city streets with Blackguard in front of Dark Shards, it's going to get tricky for the Ogres. Because they either just have to constantly cede ground or get absolutely pin-cushioned. But for now, Olaf is taking it slow. He wants to get his second dragon back, and for that it needs to finish killing off Scrag. And he also wants to make sure his forces are good and ready, instead of walking in piecemeal and getting killed off. The final collapse of the Ogres is occurring. Last of the Cold One Knights gets piled in as well. Imai's having a really good sallying out strategy. Took the outside from the Dark Elves and forced them inside, but that's all the free kills you're going to get. The rest of this is going to be pretty hard fought, as you have Dark Shards defended by crazy elite halberds and Overwatch by dragons. As for time, nearing the halfway point, and the Ogres are falling back to secondary positions. You can see he's just throwing up barriers, like literal just stalling him with walls, while falling back to areas that the Ogres can actually defend. Gonna cede this area, but there's no Dark Elves trying to take it, so there's no reason to hold it either. Do have a Khorne assassin sneaking around the back lines, but a Sabertusk pack have recently found him, so now he's gonna be running for his life, occasionally firing his little mini crossbow in their faces. Take that, hiya. Raven's Herald's uncontested in the sky. There's no range stuff to deal with them at all unless the Ogres are building towers, which I haven't been seeing them building towers. So Raven's Herald should be able to get the rest of their ammo off in relative peace. Now the Blackguard are starting to move up, as we mentioned, tearing at the walls with their halberds. The dwarves should always get the short end of the stick. Ha! Because they're dwarves and they're short. Dark Elves moving up. Time is a factor. I know I brought it up a lot, but Imai's effectively took out all of the Dark Elves' mobility that can capture stuff. So while this slow-moving death phalanx is going to be a real problem for them damage-wise, it might be a problem for the Dark Elves speed-wise. I don't know if they have enough gusto to fight up to this point, capture it, then fight up to the next point and capture it. Losing all that mobility was really brutal. And Imai's just stalled him outside the walls for so long. Yeah, I think the Ogres, the balance power says the Dark Elves are favored, and I would agree they have more and better units left. A lot of these are just Ogre Bulls with dual weapons. They're like 650 gold units. They're not that intense, but Imai's has really burned down the clock. And these Black Dragons, as scary as they are, they can't capture shit. Like, they literally can't capture it. So somehow, these Blackguard have got to get here and then here in the next 11 minutes. And as long as the Ogres can slow them down, they're chilling. You think bonus versus large gives an advantage against wooden barricades because that boy big? I don't think it does, but that is a great question. I think what you should be asking is, do they get the charge defense versus the walls? Because walls are charging you. Barathi's currently fighting some Gorgers. It doesn't appear to be going that badly for her. Visually it looks bad, but her health is doing okay. As the Ogres did manage to build a tier 2 cannon tower. And is firing down on the Blackguard and getting occasional damage on them, even if I can't see the cannonballs actually firing. Dark Elves take a capture point. Shades moving up on the walls too. You can see the Dark Elves aren't really concerned with taking the capture point. They captured it by incidentally moving through it, but they know they gotta keep walking. Iron Guts getting landed on by the Black Dragons. Again, not a lot of damage to stop those Black Dragons. Where are the Mornfang Cav? Some of them have to have survived the outside. They won, right? Here are some. They're ignoring the Black Dragons too. They're going for the archers. And again, this is smart. Because if the Blackguards stall to defend the archers, which they are, you're stalling the advance. So that's all you care about. You don't care about killing them. Buildings have their own damage type. If you hover over the missile strength and artillery, you see the modifier for that. Oh. How good is Melkoth versus Ogre infantry, not counting Noblars? Not amazing. Not terrible. Not amazing. Here the Dark Shards have set up. Fighting against the Sabertusk packs that charge into the Bleak Swords as Black Dragons come to support. 9 minutes left. We have crossed the halfway point for the Dark Elves. Well, I guess it's for the Ogres. The Ogres are the one that win if this takes too long. Noblars fighting back against the Blackguard. Dark Shards continue on. Tower's still firing into the Raven's Heralds at this point. Marathi's at half HP. How are our dragons doing? Dragons are fine. Their health is completely fine. Khorne Assassin actually managed to beat the Sabertusk packs. And one Ogre Bolt weapons is just holding the back point, trying to stay in reserve. I understand that, because it can also be a bitch if you do all this stalling and then you get army lost. So he's got to balance not losing too many forces and just getting army lost before the timer ticks down. Mornfang Cav did get committed to the fight, do a lot of damage to the Dark Shards, but the other Dark Shards firing up and over these bridges are going to get a bit of damage out and push these guys away. Up and over their own wall, which will stall the Dark Elves from being able to truly chase them as the Raven Heralds are going down from these cannon towers. Still, we have Ogre Bulls creeping around. Other Ogre Bulls fighting against the Black Dragon, going to tear out a way as Shade shoot them in the back, and Gorgeous just being a nuisance. 8 minutes left in the timer, and the Ogres are bleeding out quickly on space. Damage value is about equaled up, but Olaf just has so many more troops being that attacker, having that extra amount of money. A lot of his power is in these 3 Dark Shards. They're all pretty healthy. Raven's Herald's getting cannoned down to 8 models. They get shots onto Iron Breakers? Iron Guts. I was like, yeah, Iron Breakers doesn't sound right. Something about this ain't smelling right. Ogre Bulls landing on those Bleak Swords, but again, those damned Black Dragons causing a lot of issues. And can you imagine if Scrag was still alive? Ogre's leadership would be a lot healthier. They could even be casting Troll Guts and shit. Gorgers would have been healing this whole time. That Scrag pick was brutal for the Ogres, because things were going so well in the early game until Scrag overextended. 7.5 minutes left. Dark Elves taking this point, and I do think they should have enough time to get up to that main capture point. The Ogre's resistance has been so effectively peeled off by these Black Dragons that the main force hasn't had to stop at all to deal with much. They just keep walking, which is crucial. Shade surprise attack these Ogres. Again, with such a spread out battle, it's very common to see people not notice invisible units. Even when they have spotted them, it's because your screen is somewhere else, and it's like, well, they weren't there a bit ago, so fuck them. The key building is captured. It unlocks the Victory Plaza. 7 minutes left. The Ogres are down to just like 1 Ogre Bolt dual weapons, another Ogre Bolt dual weapons. I swear I saw an Iron Gut earlier, but army losses is going to hit and take them out. Bring back Scrag. The clock is a pointless in land battles. It has another intensity to this format. Yeah. Yeah. Just looking at the value, seeing if there's anything crazy. I agree with you, Maiz, who did warn me of this. It's not hindsight for him, it's hindsight for me. But he warned me the attacker would be pretty strong. We've seen some close games, but so far both times the attacker did come out ahead. I think I would put I would nerf the gold of the attackers before I take away their siege engines. Because I just think the siege engines make the flow a lot better. Personally, I think the ladders suck. Like, ladders are terrible. They take way too long to get up. They fuck with your pathing. They fuck with everything. Everything's terrible about the ladders. So if attackers are too strong, which 2 game sample size it looks like they are, I'd probably just take some gold from them. Leave the siege towers so that the game flows better. Classic forgetting to build any siege buildings. Ah, Beatmaster. Rip, brother. Did I miss any Nurgle siege towers yet? No. So, we have 83 people here. When I mentioned what game 3 is, we did not have 83 people here. Game 3, the tiebreaker, is not a siege battle. It is a perfect competitive format of my own design. Each player grabs Skaven. The map is Troll Country. Each player grabs just a lord, only a lord, and then they fight. The only spell that is banned is Flensing Ruin, because that shit would be boring as hell. Okay. Yumai's passes, he's gotta go do some stuff. Sounds good. Thanks for playing, man. He passes on the Skaven duel. He will simply let Olaf advance, which is fair. He has some IRL stuff to do. Is artillery allowed? Yes, but in a 20-minute game, it's hard to actually get the artillery to do a lot. I will get a Skaven tiebreaker. Take Queek in his place? No. Never. Olaf is inviting me to another video game? I do not want to partake in your video game. ODM equals Olaf to moose. I am expecting replays from our other players. Oh, I have replays. Oh, okay. Okay, so we have 2 replays to cast from our other series that occurred. So the tournament will continue on while I cast these replays, and we will not sit in a lobby and watch people build builds, because that is boring as garbage dog water. And this is the TikTok generation, goddammit! Let's do this. If they're on a game 3, I don't know it yet, but let's find out. I just noticed I had been ignoring these messages Angel's been sending me. So first we have Vampire Counts versus Greenskins. Looks like the Greenskins are sieging Vampire Counts. What is your favorite lore siege? Probably, I forget the town, but there was a really cool battle between the High Elves and the Dwarves in the War of the Beard, where Imric lost his dragon. That was a cool siege. But I forget the town it was over. It's some town in the Badlands that doesn't exist anymore. Okay. I'm pausing it just so I can actually look at the armies as the game has started. Okay, so for Angel versus Bloodless, Bloodless is on the Greenskins, Angel is on the Vampire Coast. Okay, assessing the map. So for the Vampire Coast, we have handgun mobs and depth guard trying to hold the walls. More depth guard and pistol mobs backing them up. Sirens on the ground, Lamprey's Revenge. We have some mortars. Looks like 2 mortars, some Morngulls, and more pistol mobs holding. So the Vampire Coast deploying a very heavy defense of one side with Count Noctilus at the head with a Wind of Death, Melkoths, and Invocation Heck. For the Greenskins, they will meet the charge because the defender does deploy second, so they know where the attacker is coming from. But if, as we saw with the Chaos Dwarf game from Umai's earlier, if you have cav superiority, you could just run around on the side since your opponent's infantry are slower. Even though they have the inside track being inside the fortress, they are still slower. For the Greenskins charging in, we do have Nasty Skulkers trying to get a bit of sneak going on. Savage Orcs, Black Orcs, the Crimson Killers specifically, Stone Trolls, a Black Orc Big Boss, more Savage Orcs, Savage Orc Borbo Biggins, the River Trolls, Doomdiver Catapults, Hammer of Gork, and then double Rogue Idol, including Da Biggin. Warzag leading the force with Foot of Gork and Brain Bursta. Stone Trolls and Savage Orcs giving orders to attack the gate while these 2 siege towers move up ominously. Black Orc Big Boss gonna lead them, give him a little bit of extra leadership as the handgun mobs are pouring down fire. I did see a Goblin Big Boss on the flank as well, way behind me on the map, but that's not important for this moment. So I'm watching handgunners try and hold back trolls. Trolls getting really low, but they do have the buffs. Stop giving me other shit to care about. They have ITP, and then some leadership. Savage Orc Biggin already peeled away by the handgunners and the towers, but Nasty Skulkers hit the walls, throw up those little shitty greenskin ladders, and they start scaling as zombies go to meet them. Skulker versus zombie. Oh god, those sirens are a little spooky, bouncing up and down. I don't like that. Something about that doesn't sit right with me. Did we lose a tower? Holy shit, I think they actually killed a siege tower. No, they didn't. Never mind, I'm just being stupid. In come the Savage Orcs, and this is where it's about to get bad. Savage Orc Biggins versus Depth Guard. Depth Guard will do okay, but over here there's no Depth Guard. It's just going to be Savage Orcs ripping through handgunners, and immediately Angel is falling back. Abandon the walls! Abandon the walls, please! My god, they're everywhere! As the zombie starts to take some damage. Speaking of damage, the gate is rocking on its hinges as Noctilus stands unafraid. Look, you can see through the walls. Look at those stone trolls pounding on the walls. He cares not from where the blood flows. There's a rogue idol joining the party. Yeah, that'll be a problem. Savage Orc Biggins taking a lot of damage though. And the coast seem to be holding pretty darn great. Savage Orc Boarboy Biggins did go around like we mentioned, and this Goblin Big Boss is also sneaking in the background. Some Morngulls are going to go deal with that. So a little bit of flanks coming in. The Greenskin artillery between the Biggin and then their Hammer of Gork and Goblin Doom Divers seem to be having a lot of trouble actually getting good work done. As that was a foot of Gork I missed. Killed an entire handgunner. And the gate is open, allowing the rogue idol to slowly walk through. Look at this. Look at this big guy. This be my fortress now. They're in, joined by Savage Orcs from the walls, and Depth Guard are closing in to try and stop the bleeding. Count Noctilus stands alone, and the Rogue Idol, if he gets a couple shots in, can actually do really good damage. But he is just trying to stall for all of these handgun mobs of the Vampire Coast, trying to fire in, get damage on these Trolls and Rogue Idol for free. Lampert's Revenge also wandering forward. The Greenskins currently being stymied right at the gate, but I don't know. If they can kill Noctilus, they will be just fine. Savage Orc's taking a lot of damage, though. This is the first time we've seen the walls like actually get strongly contested. Previously, it's kind of like when the siege towers show up, the walls fall, but with the Depth Guard holding them, and then zombies, of course, it was a lot harder for the Greenskins to actually blitz through the walls. This Rogue Idol's taking a lot of damage. He's trying to get Noctilus to at least make it worth it, but man, he is getting worked on by guns, I imagine. Yeah, he is getting shot in the back here. So Gun's doing a lot of damage to him. Noctilus also doing a lot, and he just decides to peel off of Noctilus. Go deal with this. As a nice foot of Gork hits two handgun mobs at the same time. Now, unfortunately, Doomdiver catapults are still hot garbage, so they're doing literally nothing, but they're trying. As the Biggin also walks in. I honestly think the Greenskins could have gotten through this if the Biggin had been used for his melee prowess instead of artillery, because he's just taking so long to join the fight that his other Rogue Idol friend is going to be dead by the time he gets here. Greenskin still ahead on the balance of power. That attacker bonus is just a hell of a drug. But the coast holding it together so far, and we are, as always, 20% of the way through the time. The first 4 minutes go fast, and then it gets really tricky. Now, where the Greenskins are doing very well, while they got bottlenecked near the front, and they're getting kind of torn apart, definitely losing on the damage trades, we do have some flanking Crimson Killas. We have some flanking Savage Orc Boarboy Biggins that are almost through those damn walls, and then we have a Goblin Big Boss that is participating in his own way in the distance. Warzag's taking a lot of damage. It looks like they're being shot at. Slash the Lampert's Eventually he's going to run away as Noctilus continues to get dragged down. His healing cap is in sight. The Savage Orc Biggins are now distracted. It's only the Black Orc Big Boss that can truly fight him. The Savage Orc Biggins are trying to fight a losing battle against Lampert's Revenge and more Depth Guard. Stone Trolls charge back in. And what is the Biggin doing? I think he's still in range mode. I think he's honestly trying to use his range attack from inside the wall. No, he's just getting... Oh, he's getting locked up by zombies. Yeah, he probably needs orders to just walk through those fucking guys. Another effigy to get and a charge in from Warzag onto Count Noctilus. They are really trying to take out this Undead Lord. As we saw earlier when Manfred took so much damage, it was really brutal for the Vampire Counts defending, but Warzag getting hit with a couple of Halberd shots from Noctilus and a Wraith Storm takes a ton of damage. He's going to rout soon. Noctilus is close to crumbling, but not quite. And a summon might actually hold Warzag in place enough that Noctilus can kill him. And a couple big more hits in on that guy. Balance power is evening out, which is not what you want to see as the attackers who are normally so far ahead on the balance power. It's insane. Noctilus holding, and it looks like we might get our first defender victory of the night. As the coast are getting done for now. Noctilus gets stopped by the Black Orc Big Boss, but that Black Orc Big Boss, I mean, he's surrounded by crabs, summons, and Noctilus is still going to do some decent damage to him, so it's not like it's free or anything. The Biggin still stuck in that gate. I don't think he's literally stuck. I think he just has different orders where he's trying to throw. Yes, he is using his range attacks inside the gate, so I don't approve of that, though it does do a lot of damage. So you know what? Maybe I should approve. Savage Orc Boarboy Biggins still trying to get through that gate over there. They are taking a shockingly long time to do so. There's a second wall, tries to keep the Black Orc Big Boss in the fight. He does more damage to Noctilus, but is not able to finish that damned pirate. Morgul's fighting the Crimson Killers with some support. Pistol mobs, regular mobs. And where's that big boss? What are you doing, big boss? He's chilling. He was probably forgotten. Poor big boss. What's going on over here? Savage Orc Boar Boys running away from the Morgul's who just came out to fight them. And the artillery, Doom Divers did not even come close to paying for themselves. The Hammer of Gork did. Rogue Idol still fighting it out with a bunch of depth guard. There's not a lot of shooty shoots to kill him. That's a pistol mob. That handgun mob's almost dead. But, I mean, one Debiggin does not an entire army make. And Noctilus is still alive. Cheeky fuck. Does Coast have any defense in the back? Not really. They sent a Morgul to go deal with the Savage Orc Boar Boys. Human Boy must take my spot in the Skaven duel. Nah, I'm busy casting. I'm busy casting. Not that Imric, right? No, it's a different Imric, sorry. Army losses is going to hit for the Greenskins here. Their army losses will hit faster because they had a larger army. So, even though they're not as behind as others are when army losses hits, it's your percentage that you lost. It did seem pretty over. So we get a defender win. Good job, Angel. Defenders get a lot of building damage that adds up over time, can also drag out things to win. Yeah. Noctilus did great. Depth Guard did their jobs. Like, they're not going to get a lot of value, but they held. The Handgunners got a lot of value shooting Rogue Idols. Mortars, 800 and 500 value. Not bad. Lamps Revenge did great. For Bloodless, had some great Foot of Gorks. Goblin, his Black Orc Big Boss did really well. The Goblin Big Boss unfortunately just got straight up forgotten, so whoops, happens. Savage Orcs died, as is their birthright. So did the Savage Orc Biggins, though. That's a little more concerning. Savage Orc Boar Biggins had a hard time getting into any fight. The Rogue Idols both did okay. And the artillery ended up kind of bringing itself back, but I would definitely cut the Doom Diver. I don't think it's artillery in general that struggles, but I specifically hate Doom Diver catapults. Not even just talking about Siege. I just hate them. I think they're bad units. Bye, Boss Man Kane. The Ogre's game was a bit distorted. Yeah, when Scrag got sniped out for you, B-Master, that's when I got concerned. I was like, Scrag's gonna die. You're doing pretty good. If Scrag had been around for more leaderships, you guys would have broken slower, and then also for healing, so you guys would have had more health. It could have been impactful. So Angel is now on the attack, and they brought Khorne versus Bloodless's Grand Cathay. Okay. Alright. I'm done typing to Umay's and nerding out over Siege things. I don't think any Ogre spells protects against Redragon. No, of course, but I just meant stalling out the game with like Troll Guts for your Iron Guts and stuff. For Khorne! Look at those Khorne towers! They're so goofy! I love them! Look at them! Look at these Khorne towers! That's wild. Anyway, Khorne towers with Chosen of Khorne in them. Marauders, Bloodletters, Chaos Warriors, dual weapons. We do have some Minotaurs here and there. More Chosen. We have Scarbrand and a Cultist who has a summon as well. Minos, Marauders, more Chosen, and then a couple Chaos Knights with Lances. But this Khorne build is just boys. This Khorne build is lads. On the other side, 4 Grand Cathay to try and hold the Bastion. The Bastion has seen better days as I look around the ruined husk. There it is. We have Onyx Crowmen, some Iron Hail Gunners here and there, Jade Warriors and Peasant Long Spears trying to hold parts of the walls. Jade Warriors, more Iron Hail Gunners, more Jade Warriors. We have this Dune Dragons and Jade Warrior Crossbows on the central point, trying to hold those. Yenbo is the Lord, Comet to punish blobs, and Net to make some. 2 Longma Riders for a bit of defense. We do have Crane Gunners, and Crane Gunners can be on the walls? I did not know that. With a Gate Master on the gate because thematics are important. Let's go. Alright, Crane Gunners on the walls trying to get a bit of damage out on the advancing forces. I wonder if they could kill that siege tower, they could kill an entire Chosen of Khorne. And it does look like we're going to get focus fire onto the siege tower. Oh, it's not from the Crane Gunners, it's just from the Cathay siege towers onto this siege tower. Okay, fair enough. I do think that there's a lot of flying units here from Cathay, and I'm not sure how that's gonna go. Oh no! Scarbrand rampages the Longma Riders to the ground right in front of the Minotaurs, which they actually land on the Minotaurs, but still, it's gonna be a bad time to be a Longma Rider. It's a good play there from Scarbrand. He's gonna crump some fools as the flaming Tower of Khorne continues onwards. 68% HP, but it should be able to make it to those walls just fine. Crane Gunners firing at whatever they can, but now they're starting to abandon the walls. They got their cheeky couple shots off, and now they just want to get away before the Chosen of Khorne show up. And those Chosen of Khorne are coming. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Where do they even come out of this thing? Oh, the skull just falls down. Yay! Chosen of Khorne are here! Siege engines have hit the walls, and Yenbo goes outside to just do a bit of trolling, harassing the Bloodletters and the Cultist for a bit. Khorne's secondary siege is also proceeding as planned. Chosen and Marauder starting to take the walls as Onyx Crowmen watch, helpless to stop them. As Chaos Knights line up on the walls, T-pose and hack at it a bit. Looks like the Cathay defenders abandoned this place as well. Don't know what this Iron Hail's doing over here. He's got to find a new home. At Scarbrand's Thanksgiving, they eat Cornish hen. Ha! Alright, Khorne has taken one of the gates. They've pushed through. Yenbo stops putting up a defense and gets inside before Scarbrand finds him and rampages him or something. Crane Gunners file over to safety behind their Jade Warriors. Other Jade Warriors and Peasant Long Spears trying to set up in some choke points near some supply routes. And these Iron Hails have been remembered. They're going to try and get to safety before Khorne finds them. These Chaos Knights are almost through the walls, especially these Marauders stop and take that gate for them. That would be very helpful. So Cathay just did a little bit of damage and then fell back away from the walls, but definitely a rough start getting both those Longmas dragged down in the rage-embodied rampage. Ooh, and then a rampage lands Yenbo, along with Scarbrand to get a rear attack on him. Things are going a little rough for Cathay. The Crane Gunners have set up. Gate Master's also firing over, and Yenbo's just got to find a way out of here. Throws down a Comet. If that actually hits Scarbrand, it does do a decent amount of damage to single entities. Curious. Does not hit Scarbrand, but it does hit a whole bunch of Exalted Bloodletters, so not too bad. Iron Hail's moving up to try and provide a little bit of covering fire against the Chosen of Khorne that are marching in. I like my YouTube is stuck on 10 likes. Makes me feel like 10% of the team. You're doing great. You are 10% of the team. the Jade Warriors are going to try and hold. As Iron Hills really punish those Minotaurs. Cathay finally getting some breath in this game. Ability to actually get something done as Crane Gunners are firing in on the Minotaurs and more peasants pour in. Some towers providing overwatch fire. Elsewhere, we have Jade Warrior crossbows trying to get behind Jade Warriors and set up a bit of a rear guard on this like weird pocket of Grand Cathay that is holding for now. Minos press through the front line while taking insane damage. They get to the Iron Hails and get to actually do some revenge damage on those guys while Yembo is busy trying to snipe out a cultist. And where is Scarbrand? Oh, they're going around. This isn't a closed area. There's no infantry over here to stop them. The Crane Gunners see this and they're immediately going to fall back to the central Coliseum where the Celestial Dragon Guard can keep them safe. But already Cathay getting pushed back to their final holding point is going to be brutal. And Scarbrand doesn't seem to let them go with ease. Now, he might have a rampage again soon for these guys, since I saw him already use 2. The timer is not going to be what decides this game or not. We are 5 minutes in, still 15 minutes to go, and Khorne has blitzed through the front line. The rampage catches a lot of melee infantry in place. It does not catch one of the Crane Gunners. Caught the other one. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a sword of Khorne right there. Regardless, Jade Warrior crossbows is a little too close to that frontline fight, so they're not actually getting shots off. They are in melee. The Dune Dragons are here. Jade Warrior crossbows here as well. Gonna fire a big scary Scarbrand, who is also getting shot at by a tower. Crane Gunner's having issues getting to safety. Scarbrand's gonna fall back. Doesn't want to take too much extra damage for free. He's gonna go for Yen Bo instead, charging into that Lord of Cathay. Does he still have his execution? No, he used it on the cultist. Got it. Yembo's going to transform to human form. Maybe that can save him, but he'll probably just die to Scarbrand. Scarbrand's real good at killing infantry characters. Yeah, he's going to die. He's going to die real fast. What are those, Chosen? Chosen of Khorne fighting the Dune Dragons. You'd think the Dune Dragons would win because they have armor piercing, but I don't know. They seem to usually underwhelm me. Yembo has died, meaning his Gatemaster will probably terror out in a second. Unless he already did that. How's it going elsewhere? Chaos Knight's trying to get through. Iron Hill Gunners falling back to find somewhere to shoot, but that is a lot of Khornate people coming. That barricade is holding all right. That barricade is being constructed. Ladies and gentlemen, Cathay might be doomed. I love how this Chosen of Khorne is somehow flanking the Dune Dragons while also fighting them on the front lines. They got a couple through. I rage quit a Cathay campaign at launch because using the cannons plus firing rockets was so terrible. Yeah. Cannons are tough. Did you know all these little formations on the ground count as line of sight blockers for guns? That's sad. Cathay still wins all the style points for having Gatemaster on a gate. Yeah, Gatemaster on a gate was epic. That was peak Warhammer content. What up, Captain Keyless? How you doing? Army losses is heading for Grand Cathay, and I would agree as Khorne has even penetrated into the final holding place. No more Cathay. Good to see you, Bloodless. I don't know if you've played in any of my events. If you have, then I apologize for forgetting. And I hope to see you in some more. If this is your first one, then good to see you. Hope to see you in some more. For Khorne, Angel just had some good rampages, and then their heavy infantry pushed and pushed and pushed. For Cathay, they had issues with sight lines, and then also losing a lot of damage value in the hyper early game to those rampages was really brutal. But the Crane Gunners got some decent damage when they were able to shoot. It's just they spent most of the game running, so it was really, really difficult for them. G to the G. I wonder what happened to the Gate Boy. Scarbrand was standing right next to him and he was a little low on HP, so I think he's probably dead as hell. Alright, we cast 2 sieges. I have not gotten a replay from Olaf and Pigman yet, but I also don't see Olaf's lobby, meaning they are in game. In the game. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cast their replay whenever I get it. I'm gonna cast their replay while they build builds. I'll ask them to wait for me so we can hop in. So by the time they build builds, I mean, should be done with the replay. How many people in the tourney? I ended up with 5, which is fine. Sieges take a little bit longer. Not terribly long, so put a 20-minute timer on them, and even then, I don't think anything, yeah, nothing's gone to the timer. But still, take a little bit longer, because it's not what people are used to, so they don't have builds in mind, so they usually have to make a build on the spot. And then setting up takes a little bit longer, because you're thinking about more than just like a flat map. Hey! I'm tired. I don't want to go to work tomorrow, friends. I don't want to. I had a stressful day at work and I don't want to deal with it. I'm gonna, because I'm an adult. That doesn't mean I want to. Erectus Mechanicus. Anybody playing Space Marine? I played the online a bit, the like competitive multiplayer thing. It's okay. I'm really bad at shooters now though, is what I'm learning. The co-op campaigns are dope. The operations and the actual main campaign, super fun. I have a message. Is it about this? What's happening? It's Coops. Dun, dun. 6? Yeah, one person didn't check in. Johnny Cash couldn't be here. Mr. Cash. Not playing land battles on quick battles, that's just asking for a bad time. Give me that conquest. Give me that conquest. Now the real question is, why don't they have a siege battle mode for your ranked matchmaking? Dun, 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 dun. Looking for matches. Why? Give me a foe. I will slay anybody, anyone, even Tobias Fate. Legendary mid player. I don't watch a lot of Tobias Fate. I kind of used to watch some of his league stuff, but then he started playing Warhammer, and like, I watch him and he has such weird takes because he obviously doesn't play competitive multiplayer all the time, so he'll say things about dwarves that just don't track for me. Just realized I was 3 minutes behind the stream. You are 3 minutes behind, but I got what you meant. Space Marine's good. It's real good. I'm super behind on video games, so maybe I'm just being stupid, but Space Marine feels really polished and amazing. Hey, did you want to make me a mod in your YouTube channel as well? Why? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Sure, but we haven't had a problem with Slaanesh bots in a very long time. Do you guys remember the old days of the Slaanesh bots? When the Slaaneshi cultists would hunt us down? I can't imagine those were effective. Can you imagine paying to put out ads about places you could find Slaanesh themed females on the internet? And I'm like, bro, the internet is where you find Slaanesh themed females. You're advertising a Burger King in a Burger King. Like, we're already here. You don't need to pay money to advertise this. Why is he saying it weird? I don't know. Some people have kids. So if I keep it vague enough, the kids won't get what I'm talking about. And also, YouTube won't demonetize me. Why is no one playing Conquest at this hour? In the year of our Lord, 2028. Way. Olaf and Pigman are scrapping it out somewhere. Somewhere in the ether. Oops. One too many. Don't want to leave yet. Slash into quick battle, hop on quick battle, good. Something about ranked, I think. I am famously cursed for quick battles. I don't often get someone who's not A, trying to troll me, or B, just a super long wait time for some reason. I've had people tell me they tried to queue into me, and they matched with each other before matching with me, and I was just stuck in queue. Not much advantage to being a mod except the occasional new rat picks. Occasional? More like unstoppable tide. I didn't even quit. It just kicked me out. It was like, you were in for too long. Get out. You queued and got matched with someone else? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Good luck, Hummus. Thanks, dude. I don't know why this always happens. Hey, I got a game! Is it Tealus? Is Dr. Pineapple? Alright, let's go. Dr. Pineapple, Horned Hills Conquest. That sounds like we need to play... His Empire Lev. Got someone else. I don't know what to play. I really want to play Dwarves or Empire or Kislev just because I want to, but I know he's going to think that I'm like a cheeser. And he's going to dodge me because they're really strong. I would play them honestly. I wouldn't even do the bad things. Let's play some lizards. Everybody loves lizards. The Glizzy Men. Alright, chat. Do you want Nakai or Krokgar? Those are your choices. Nakai or Krokgar? You know how the voting system works. The first one to get 3 mentions in chat gets it. Nakai and Krokgar. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Faster, faster. You're not nearly fast enough. Fuck that. Alright, I'm not doing it anymore. You guys are too slow. Holy, you're too slow. Nakai's got 1. Nakai's got 2. Oxy wasn't on the list. Nakai's got 3. It sounds like Nakai. Nakai already won. Nakai's got 4. Nakai's got 80. Okay, skip that. Skip that. So we'll keep Nakai nice and cheap. We'll do Les Geek Priest. In case he blobs on the point, I can just grab Flock of Doom just to spam it on his Chosen of Tzeentch if he decides to be the Chosen of Tzeentch. Since we're playing Nakai, we're gonna do the Spirit of the Jungle color theme. Dwayne the Croc Johnson. I wish it was Dwayne the Croc Johnson, but unfortunately, other chatters had another idea. Yeah, I'll get some Saurus. I don't even need those skinks, actually. I just need Jav skinks. Okay, 5 Jav skinks, 3 Saurus is fine for holding a point. We'll get a Rev Crystal to heal up Nakai. We'll get a Carnosaur because we're not cowards. Aside from that, I would go Razordons, but they've fucked me too many times. I'll do some cold ones just for armor piercing versus Tzeentch Knights, I suppose. Do some of these. Oh no! I'm dying from an overdose of cringe. My word, so much cringe. I don't need a Saurus. Fuck that. I'll get a 3rd cold one. Yes. Ooh, this is delicious. Ooh, this is a good build. Oh yes! I couldn't possibly lose with a build this spectacular. My God. Why are they called clever girls? Because in Jurassic Park, the Velociraptor was a clever girl. Yeah. No Dreadsaurian? Nah, dude. Dreadsaurian's not even a funny haha meme anymore. It's a real try-hard, sweaty strategy. And that is not allowed on the stream. Dr. Pineapple. Wow, Dr. Pineapple has a fast computer. We loaded super quickly. Jesus, calm down, Dr. Pineapple. His troop count doesn't make me think of anything cheesy or untoward happening. So let's get our Saurus Warriors as a front to capture that point and then make him regret being born. See, that's probably why I don't get nice quick battles, is because when I do get a nice quick battle, I say things like that. Where it's like, let's make him regret being born, yes. Why doesn't anybody want to play quick battles with me? I seem like a nice guy. Why wouldn't they do that? Alright. So then we have Cold One Riders, and then we have a Rev Crystal, and a Carnosaur, and a Nakai. Nakai, hey, more like a really nice guy. Hey, my boy, you're annoying and cringe. I know. I'll wait for him to ready up. Don't you think Carnosaurs are... You don't think Carnosaurs are worth 1550 despite being trash units? No, they are not. They're trash. They're hot garbage. They are awful. I grabbed one because I'm being a funny haha man. Why are you bringing only Flock? Just in case he blobs on the point with like a bunch of Chosen or some shit. Looks like he didn't do that. Whoever this is a legend. He has double Lord of Change. Alright, Saurus. You know, we're just gonna fight him. I don't even need to take the point. Fuck the point. That being said, I do want the point. Give me the point. I want that point. Give it to me. Give me that point right now. Why Carnosaur so bad? Expensive, very squishy, not a lot of damage, cringe. That's largely it. It's just kind of a sad boy. I have dart skinks who use darts. Okay. Go throw out those guys, I guess. Nakai, dance like no one is watching. Carnosaur. Someone is very much watching. Don't you dare dance. You dance, I will kill. Alright, my Carnosaur is gonna go hunting for some chads. Beep. Yeah, that hit both of them nice. Oh, what the fuck is that? I wasn't dodging in time because I'm stupid. No! Is that Lord Croak? He has a fucking changeling that turns into Lord Croak? This guy is the GOAT! I love this guy! I'm gonna go kill Lord Croak now, but I do love this guy. My man! Gonna go kill Lord Croak now. I don't enjoy what he did to my fucking Saurus, but that was pretty cool. Who the hell is using his shield to the old ones? Oh my god, I love this guy. Who is this guy? Look at him. Look at this guy go. I'm gonna go kill him. I'm gonna go kill his ass. I'm gonna go kill him dead. Alright, the guy is surrounded. That's not going great. Run, the guy, run. Alright, Saurus can push up there. Cold ones need to fall back briefly. Till that happens, then you can countercharge that. We still have some skinks moving up. Carnosaur is hunting down a poor and hapless fake big boy. So the Carnosaur's living his best life right now. Oh, is he gonna fight the 3v1? Because he'll take it. He'll take that 3v1 and he'll be happy about it. I'm not even gonna give him attack orders. I'm just gonna let him do whatever he feels like doing. What a legend. What are we doing? I guess I'm throwing cold-blooded on that. I didn't need cold-blooded. You're wasting your resources. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, I also have units I haven't given orders to in like 6 years, so it's fine. We're all playing like shit anyway. Everyone's garbage. Nothing matters. Kill that guy! Go, my giant T-Rex of doom! Heal Nakai! Heal Nakai! Heal Nakai! You stupid dinosaur bitch! Human Boy says something about caring about people who has kids, so he tries to make the stream a little more friendly. Also, Human Boy swears like 60 times a second. Just classic Human Boy things. Alright. Nakai and the boys doing their best. Centaur's charging in, but where's my Carnosaur? And watch him hunt down some Chaos Knights. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Oh god! The humanity! The army losses! Oh god! How could one have army losses with such an army? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Changeling still sucks. It was pretty badass, but it still sucks. Not enough solar engines. This build can never win. It's okay. He brought the changeling. Dr. Pineapple, if you're out there, I salute you. That is the most fun quick battle I have ever played. You might be like, wow, you're setting a low bar. I am. I despise quick battles. I have a terrible time on quick battles. I had fun. That's rare. Thank you, Dr. Pineapple. You're my hero. Fucking changeling Lord Croak just blasting my Saurus. God damn it. That was funny. Carnosaur paid for itself. Croak Mimic loses? Yeah. We have game one from Olaf. Alright. Umai sent me some good ideas for future tournaments, so I just marked his messages unread so I could see it later. Olaf versus Pigman. 202. The best. We're back to Siege. We're back to what we're actually here to do. Looks like the Ogres are sieging this time versus the Demons of Chaos. Angel, if you remember, Angel waits in finals. At least the Carnosaur was capable of winning the 3v1 against Lord Croak and 2 Lords of Change. He did have Chameleon Skink support, but yes, he was a good boy. He did great. Alrighty. For the Ogres and the Demons of Chaos, Ogres going mostly all in. We have one Crusher with Iron Fist in the distance, but we have a Hunter on a Stonehorn, the Sky Striders, quadruple Lead Belchers, Man-Eaters, Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists, 1 Pistol, which is the Powder Guts, 5 Nobblar Trappers, and I thought I saw an Iron Blaster. There's an Iron Blaster. This is a heavy metal Ogre shooting build. So if you were looking for that in tonight's Siege tournament, you're finally getting it, as the Ogres are going to shoot their way through. On the other side, we have Exalted Plague Bearers of Nurgle, Herald of Tzeentch of Metal with just Final Transmutation, Festering Stooges, Double Flamers of Tzeentch, Seekers, Fiends, Seekers, Double Changebringers. Oof. Those Changebringers are not happy to see all this range potential from the Ogres. There's already the Exalted Plague Bearers of Nurgle having to fall back with less than half HP. And the Demons of Chaos Towers getting close to falling, though. It looks like the Lead Belchers were actually mostly shooting at the Lead Belchers. I mean, Lead Belchers shooting at the Lead Belchers. Yeah, beautiful. Shakespeare over here. Shooting at the Plague Bears. Ogres moving up slowly, but those Lead Belchers deterred Nurgle from defending the walls at all. These Plague Bears are super spread out, throw a lot of grenades at Nobblar Trappers. The Trappers also providing a lot of problems. Trollguts trying to heal up the Sky Striders. What are the Sky Striders doing? Do they have wall attack? They have Wall Breaker! They don't need to go through the gate. They're just gonna attack the fucking walls. That's hilarious. Alright, so the Ogres are just attacking the walls themselves. Do Siege Towers... Do Ogre Siege Towers only work for Nobblars? I think so, yes, because Ogres can't take the walls. Damn, that's pretty hilarious. Alright, so he's making multiple holes in the wall, while his Lead Belchers fire up and over, trying to get some damage onto these Exalted Plague Bearers, but also incidentally getting a little bit of damage on the gate here and there. Look at these guys just going to town on the wall, though. Boom. The Plague Bear is taking some damage. The wall is taking incidental damage. It's about to fall down, taking some Plague Bears with it. They are going to take a chunk of HP. So I'd watch for that. Bomp. Then some of the Plague Bears fall to their deaths. They take a chunk of damage. The Ogres are already through. Now, Pigman does have Flamers aiming, like, literally right at that breach, so if anything comes through, they're going to have a bad time. Nobblar Trappers are chucking up and over the wall. Meanwhile, without the Lead Belcher help, these other Man-Eaters are only about halfway through their wall. Crushers with Iron Fist deciding what to do with their lives that isn't involved with that. Nobblars are starting to filter through. The Flamers of Tzeentch, do they hold their fire and save their ammo? They do, but the Festering Stooges don't. Just grenading Nobblars, which is actually probably a win for the Ogres, and they don't care. This wall is 75% HP missing, so 25% HP left, he said, as confusingly as possible. I like this. These Nobblars are daring them to, like, do something, as they're just going to walk forward and take the gate. If you're not going to play, they're going to play without you. That's pretty smart. I like this. These are some good decisions being made by both players. So he's going to take the gate, and then with 2 holes in the wall, Olaf is hoping to be able to get through without clumping up too much. Unfortunately, they are still in a relative choke point. Like, this whole corner is still sectioned off. They didn't really spread out too much, which, fair. And the Ogre's Lord is walking in. Final Transmutation Overcast on him with Flamer shooting him could actually be pretty brutal. Gates open. We have some Noblars trying to set up on the walls. Provide archery fire down. As the Demons seem content to let the Ogres just kind of make a little base in this teeny tiny corner as long as they stay in that teeny tiny corner. Lead Belchers are through the wall over here, now starting to fire up and over into these Plague Bearers who are forced to fall back. But Pigman has already stalled out. A fourth of this game has passed by, and the Ogres are no closer to taking their objective. They are inside. I guess I shouldn't say no closer, but Pigman is stalling. Meanwhile, we have these other Iron Fist Crushers trying to get through the wall, and they're very close to doing so. Then they'll break free, and then Pigman can't just rely on keeping all the Ogres over here anymore. You will have some Ogres on the other side. And honestly, with how fast these Ogres are, I wouldn't be shocked if some of them had made their way around to help those Crushers, but looks like it's not going to happen. Plague Bearer Grenade's going to take out the Noblars again. Both sides kind of fine with it, it seems. Pigman's happy to take out the Ogre's support, and the Ogres are happy that those grenades are not going onto their more expensive units, which is fine. Crushers are through the wall. The Ogres have made a second area. They can make a landing bay. We can see they are filtering into this little courtyard here, getting set up. Lead Belcher's trying to stop and fire as Pigman retreated around the corner. Alright. Seems good. Pigman giving ground rather than taking damage as his Flamers set up a little bit of an ambush. Now that the Sky Striders came in range, that's what they were waiting to shoot at. Get a little bit of damage here and there as the Festering Stooges stand ready to take any charge, and the Sky Striders seem to not want any of that. Gonna get away from here. Flamers will get a little bit of damage onto their sides, but they're trying to get away. Ogre Bulls finally getting their fight. Charging into Festering Stooges. Festering Stooges will win. But the Ogre Bull's just pressuring the Flamers back a bit while the Hunter moves up. Changebringers in the sky, flying up and over the castle walls. I wonder what they are hoping to do as the Iron Blaster is trying to get a sideways shot down these Exalted Plague Bearers. Does get a little bit of poke in. Not a ton just yet. Where do those Crushers go? Oh, they're just taking a supply point. That's fine. 1/3 of the siege is completed time-wise. Still not a ton of blood has been shed. Exalted Plague Bearers with a ton of grenades get locked up by these Sky Striders, then a rear charge in from the Hunter. They're trying to kill these guys before they get their grenades off on any meaningful targets. But the Seekers and Fiends have also joined the party, taking out these isolated Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists, who the Festering Stooges were holding down so effectively. And can they really flood over here and do good damage to the Sky Striders? Perhaps, but it's such a narrow opening. I wonder if they can really get the surround that Slaanesh is so used to. As the Hunter on the Stonehorn just wanders away. Nobbler Trappers up on the walls, fighting against the Exalted Plague Bearers who are still holding. And the Ogres still trying to get out of this little corner. Don't want to overextend and get picked off, but also are up against the clock. They're getting closer and closer to that time limit. Sky Striders trying to get away. Some Nobblars going to offer their bodies up to Slaanesh instead as the Demons throw grenades at the retreating Sky Striders, and a couple of their models are stuck up there too. Nobblar Trappers leading the advance, that they pressure the Flamers off. Where are those Changebringers again? There they are. Changebringers off to one flank where there are no Lead Belchers and no Maneater pistols to dissuade them so they can get some free shots off here and there. Sky Striders already heal capped as they fight back against Fiends and Seekers, but I don't feel like the Sky Striders have gotten as much done as Olaf would have wanted out of them. They've taken a lot of damage and eaten up a lot of healing. That is about it. This corner is getting rear charged by a Hunter. There's not a lot of oomph on the Ogre side to really follow that up, so it looks like he's just distracting him while his main force actually gets some momentum going in the other side. Seekers now rush forward. Gonna get in a fight with the Powder Guts, who do have that impressive passive that gives them 24/24 melee stats if they're ever losing in melee combat. They are not to be trifled with. What is that? That is an overcasted final transmutation. Finally, the Tzeentch caster has been holding on to that forever. It hits 4 units as the Changebringers try and snipe out the Slaughtermaster, who has overextended into the Festering Stooges. Things are getting a little dicey here, as we do have a Crusher that is momentarily forgotten. It captured a point for a while, but it seems like the Ogres are busy organizing and microing all their troops. They're not exactly focusing on those Crushers in the distance. The Slaughtermaster is down. The Man-Eater pistols are firing, but ooh, huge damage onto the Changebringers. That is a disaster for the Demons of Chaos. Changebringers are very, very expensive. The Lord Snipe was fantastic. That went great for them. Everything about that was awesome, but I did not notice that some of the Lead Belchers and the Man-Eater pistols were just counter-firing on those Changebringers. We have Man-Eaters with Grey Opens trying to peel the Chaos Razor Slaanesh off these other Lead Belchers to get them back online, and Nobblar Trappers starting to filter through and harass Flamers, forcing them to either use their ammo on shitty little Nobblars or die. Ogres up on the balance power despite losing their Lord. Crushers moving in, remembered at last, and Changebringer's going to go deal with them. That can be really bad for the Crushers with Iron Fist, because obviously they have no support nearby that could stop those Changebringers from shooting them. But the Sky Striders managed to prevail over their surround earlier. They were heal capped before, so they just kind of stopped taking damage, which I guess we take those. Nobblars have taken the walls, are offering some supporting fire here and there, as these Exalted Plaguebearers of Nurgle are just chilling. They haven't had orders. There we go. As soon as I notice them, they get a rear charge on the Nobblars, as do the Chaos Furies of Khorne, who are coming in. That is a tier 3 army ability of Tzeentch onto 2 Lead Belchers, doing really good damage to them, as I'm not sure the Ogres even realize this is happening. Again, a much more big and spread out battle than land battle, so it is hard to keep your eye on all these things. And 2 Lead Belchers taking a monumentous amount of damage. The Man-Eater pistol is also very low as these Flamers try and keep themselves alive. The Final Transmutation is wearing down the Iron Blaster, trying to route it off so that the Flamers might rally. Herald of Tzeentch is trying to keep it real. Meanwhile, the Crushers are getting nuked by the Changebringers. The balance of power is still heavily in the Ogre Kingdom's favor, but Pigman has made some crazy good plays in the late game here. The Demons of Chaos, I mean, they suffer from being demons, where they're fragile and kind of disintegrate at the drop of a hat. And then you're outnumbered by attackers in this siege format. Flamers do eventually rout everything off with the help of a Herald of Tzeentch. The Man-Eater pistol is going to keep firing for now, but these Flamers need to quickly get back online and shooting at those Man-Eaters so that they can stay alive, stay relevant. Changebringers push off those Ogres, and we are down to 9 minutes left. If the Demons can stall this out, like they've so far been pretty good at doing, whether you credit that to the Demons slowing it down or the Ogres taking their time, either way, there's 9 minutes left for the Ogres in this game. And they have a lot of routing units. The Man-Eaters aren't routing. These guys are just chilling, but the Changebringers get one more shot onto them, they'll rout for sure. Changebringers are coming by. It looks like they're not going to focus on that just now. Demons of Chaos got to get some balance of power back so that they don't get army lost randomly. There we go. Good shot in from the Changebringers. Probably need to help out their Flamer cousins. And another Final Transmutation is down, this time onto the Hunter. And of course some friends of his that were nearby. But we are losing the Festering Stooges. We're losing the Exalted Plaguebearers of Nurgle. The Demons of Chaos just losing so much balance of power. The Iron Blaster is back temporarily. Flamers surrounded again, though this thing might rout for a second time. Changebringer, you're gonna start doing some friendly fire here, Chief. You might want to be careful. Iron Blaster routes again. Crusher's gonna rout soon as the Herald of Tzeentch lands in to maybe try and hold them in place. Can the Flamers get any shots off? These poor Flamers, man, they've been in melee forever. The capture point is taken. A lot of defenses are cut off. And there go the Sky Striders. Flamers are still alive. Balance of power is looking precarious for the Demons of Chaos as Lead Belchers are firing up into those Changebringers. The Changebringers and Flamers are so fragile that since there is still ranged units online, they're going to get a lot of value. They're going to knock those guys out of the sky, and that'll probably be army losses. As the Demons are down to a super dead Flamer, a Herald of Tzeentch, and a full health, half ammo Changebringer. In comes another tier 3 army ability of Tzeentch to try and knock out these Lead Belchers. Again, stall for that balance of power. I don't know how much it's going to matter. Without anything on the ground, the Demons of Chaos can't hope to hold back the Ogres, who even just have Nobblars going to take some points for now. Crusher's also doing their best over there. Still have a full health Man-Eater. Still have a third health Man-Eater. Enough Lead Belchers to poke and prod at those Changebringers, and Pigman is falling back to his final point. Again, 7 minutes left on the clock. It's not nothing, and he's charging up another brutal Final Transmutation. Easy charge on the Nobblars to rout them off. More and more capture points being taken away. I'm going to fast forward just briefly as these guys are capturing the point, and it looks like the Tzeentch Herald is going for a Final Transmutation play of some kind. And now this is where it gets even trickier for Tzeentch too. Well, Demons of Chaos, but they have all Tzeentch units left. So what's tricky for them is that their ammunition is so precious that if they get like a volley off that does less damage for the balance of power than it does for the enemy, you know what I mean? They could kill themselves by firing on a suboptimal target. Erratic Tome, I saw that. He was trying to charge something up. It looks like he's going for another Final Trans, but where is he going to put it? These Lead Belchers and the Iron Blaster could be a good target, but you really want to get it on that single empty Hunter. Now all of them are in the same place. If he has Final Trans off cooldown and with enough Winds of Magic, now is the time. 5 minutes left for the Ogres, and Tzeentch put up a whole bunch of random barriers, just getting in the way as much as possible. Oop, I didn't want to read that from you guys, so I can read it later. Changebringer's moving up. Tzeentch caster's here. Final Trans has to go right here if he has it, but since he hasn't cast it, Pigman's plenty smart enough to know where it should go. I have to think he doesn't have the Winds of Magic for it just yet. As the Changebringers move up. The Ogres on their final push, 4.5 minutes left. There's no way the Demons can hold, but maybe they can. One of the walls is down, leaving the Flamers to fire into these Ogres. The Man-Eater's going to charge straight out, and those Flamers are doomed, and their huge ammunition bars are going to go with them. Changebringers try and get some shots in, but the Iron Blaster's trying to shoot at them. The Man-Eater pistols, the Lead Belchers, so much damage out. Here's a huge Final Transition that has to save the game for the Demons of Chaos if it's going to. It is undercast, so he's definitely out of Winds of Magic. Gets rid of the Iron Blaster for real this time. Gets rid of the Lead Belchers, but too much is lost. Too much damage is taken. The Flamers are gone. The Changebringers aren't enough. And even if army losses hadn't hit, definitely these Ogres that are just charging straight for the point would have had victory. And just as we did that, I got the second game in from these two. So for all we know, they're doing a Skaven 1v1. The second game is in. Does Olaf successfully defend against Pigman, or do we get our first Skaven 1v1 of the night? Look at the value. The Changebringers did pretty good. Base Flamers actually did very, very well. Alright, game 2, motherfucker. Olaf on High Elves, trying to hold back Slaanesh. The finals is either starting or they are on game 3 and there's a Skaven duel occurring. We'll find out as the High Elves attempt to hold against Slaanesh with double Star Dragon and Techless. Okay. Slaanesh going for our first split up formation of the night. So they're trying to really spread out the High Elves and use their speed to their advantage. Over here we have an Exalted Keeper Secrets of Slaanesh with Slicing Shards as our only actual spell. Demonettes, Exalted Demonettes, a Fiend, and a Chaos War Shrine of Slaanesh. Seekers over here, Demonettes, Fiends, and Spawn over there, Demonettes and Spawn over there, and then Demonettes, Fiends, and Spawn over there. So Slaanesh very spread out, very, very fast. The other side for the High Elves, not so fast. So they set up an inner perimeter. They're sacrificing most of their city to just make sure they hold the main point. Built some walls for themselves, have some spears. Lothern Sea Guards, Spearmen, War Lions of Krace. And then the one wall they are trying to hold, they have 4 Illyrian Reaver Archers, 3 Lothern Sea Guard, Techless, another Spearman, and a Moon Dragon. And in the distance, another Moon Dragon. Techless can use his first net on the Fiends right in front of all these Archers and the towers. Those should be some super dead Fiends. Techless is even going to throw a Fiery Convocation on the Fiends, so that's just BM. I don't think it's even going to do that much damage, it's just BM. It's just rude. Flock of Doom as well. He is sick of these specific Fiends. Demonet's trying to get to the walls, taking a lot of arrows. But where one Slaanesh assault falters, the other 3 will surely succeed. As the Moon Dragon is going for a breath attack, I think. How much damage did it do? Not a lot. Demonettes trying to use ladders to get up those walls. Lod and Seeger are going to start falling back with their Illyrian Reaver friends.
I concur.
Damn, those Chaos Spawn got messed up. Feels like 100 speed, the better way to spread out position is in one spot, then move the cav way over to a different zone, force the defender to reposition unexpectedly. Yes. Is that Skaven menu still on the map? Is that Skaven match still on the menu, or we lost already? Dude, I don't know. We got one game 3 and one of the players had to go, so he simply conceded. Local superiority play from the High Elves, nice. Yeah. Slaanesh is through 2 gates easily. 1 gate they're also through, but it was not easy as the Moondragon got a beautiful breath attack off. The 1 gate the High Elves defended, they are defending to the death. As the Demonettes are trying to roll over the walls, trying to get onto some of these Lothan Seaguard and get something done. I mean, they're working on the gate. There's a Moondragon ready to breath attack them again if they really want to sit there. Demonettes are taking the walls, but they're taking it awfully slowly. And Teclis is going to keep casting Flock of Dooms. Overall, very good start here from the High Elf defending forces. They quickly moved their skirmish cavalry over to deal with these Demonettes. Slaanesh overall, very low armor, no shields, things like that. So Illyrian Reaver is going to do good damage even to these Demonettes. Moondragon's coalescing on Teclis's position. Looks like they want to win this fight a little more quickly and reposition these slow infantry back to the main area where they can hold, rather than have them be caught out here while Slaanesh either assaults the garrison without them or gets a rear charge in onto them. Illyrian Reaver's also doing a bit of stalling action as they can, but I was really trying to win here quickly. Slaanesh got through the gate one way or another. Did they capture it? Yeah, Slaanesh just captured the gates their spawn and fiends could get through, but the arrow fire takes out the spawn, takes out the fiends. All of a sudden, both these Demonettes are also just going to go into demonic instability crumbling, and now the High Elves can book it back to their main force. Speaking of the main force, Chaos War Shrine of Slaanesh still trying to get involved. It has 0% charge because there hasn't been a fight near it at all. Keeper Secrets is moving in. These Demonettes get through the gate with their spawn buddies. Teclis and the boys going to reposition. Good hold so far from the High Elves. Slaanesh is not keen to let Teclis and the Moondragons get here before they get through something, so they're going to start working on this barricade, but 12,000 HP is quite a lot as the Fiends and Keeper start working on it. Not a lot of archers here. Most of the archers were over with Teclis. We do have 2 Lothan Seaguard that can offer a little bit of fire, but it looks like they're falling back. Don't want to be too close when that gate falls, which it will fall. Nice slicing shards. It almost takes out 2 spearmen in their entirety. Teclis and the dragons are coming. And the archers are now starting to fire in. Bringers of Beguilement getting here will do a lot more damage to this gate quicker. Infantry are just better at piling in and actually saturating the field. Illyrian Reaver archers are coming up from behind. But Slaanesh is engaging piecemeal, which is a bit of a problem. Like, we have this pocket of infantry that are just getting inside the walls. That one already died, and now we have this fight going on. There's a big breath attack down from the Moondragons onto the Exalted Keeper of Secrets. Spearmen are actually kind of going out to defend outside the walls, just trying to stall these guys, keep them in place for the archers, keep them in place for the breath attacks that are coming in ever more fiercely. And of course, Teclis and his other Lothan Seaguard are almost here, so Teclis can start throwing down some Flock of Dooms, and the Lothan Seaguard can fire in. The central rally point is getting taken, so the defenders will lose their buff. And also, it unlocks this point to actually be captured. Slicing shards behind the Lothan Seaguard, but they do dodge forward, getting away from it. And this barricade for the High Elves is still holding. It's actually very, very healthy. As I believe, 1, Fiends are just janky when it comes to attacking, things like that. But 2, I think the High Elf Spearmen getting out there in their feet really distracted a lot of the guys from attacking the walls. But here, Slaanesh might get a little bit of vengeance. 4 Illyrian Reaver is going to get caught out as the Keeper of Secrets is coming over to use her Rampage to lock him in place. Olaf is trying to get his cav moving again, having some difficulties. She might want to pop the Rampage while she still has some targets, but looks like it's a little late. Now it would just hit these guys. No, it does manage to hit 2, keeping them in place as the Seekers and the Fiends start to feast. But elsewhere, another fiery convocation down the line of these guys. Ooh, the Brigands of Beguilement are going to have a bad time because it's going to bounce off the building too. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Bounce power is even, which is not what you want to see if you're one of the attackers. Illyrian Reavers all getting killed off is a good little moment of revenge for Slaanesh, but overall, definitely the High Elves getting the better of these engagements so far. As more Fiends and Spawn trying to retake that gate that they used to have, breath attacks coming in for the Chaos War Shrine of Slaanesh. It's already down to half HP. Archer still firing in. As Teclis's Love and Seaguard have formed up, they need to fire up and over this building. It looks like they kind of are sometimes, but having a bit of jank with that. The dragons are actually just going to land in this area. And this barricade is putting in so much work. It is finally about to die, but after what cost, man? It's done such good work. The Illyrian Reavers are pushed off, but the rest of the Slaanesh force is not here as these Spawn and Fiends and Exalted Demonettes and the Chaos War Shrine of Slaanesh all going to die. Teclis and the boys still alive. And they even have a Spearman capturing the key building back. That's just them. What's the ratio of attacker to defenders win at this point? 3-1 before this match. This match then adds 1-0 before the game. Yeah, it looks like it might be 4-2. I don't have a horse in this race, just surprised. Yeah. Nice slicing shards coming in. Olaf sees it, but is it too late? Looks like he will dodge. He dodges in time. Kyle joining with his usual 1 membership. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I was talking to him, Umais, who's also talking in chat quite a bit, but I so far have liked this a lot. I really like the siege engines personally. I hate ladders. I think they slow things down and make it really janky. So I would keep the siege engines, and if I would do any nerfing, buffing or nerfing, I would just nerf a little bit of money from the attackers. But like he's kind of saying, I mean, it's not like it's been one-sided. This is looking like a defender win, so that would take the overall score to 4-2. With the small sample size, it's not that bad. High Elves kicking ass here, it seems. Yeah. Slaanesh is having a really tough time getting through these walls. The High Elves holding forever. Their archers getting a ton of value out. And a couple mistakes in from the attacker, like a staggered engagement that wasn't fully all on one page. But I do think the High Elves have this. Lava and Seaguard going to hold against these super dead Spawn of Slaanesh in the Chaos War Shrine. They might be able to just kill them with their spears. Moondragon is trying to snipe out the Exalted Keeper secrets while getting a regrowth cast onto it. And over here, there's just a bunch of Slaanesh dying as another Slicing Shards tries to land. Olaf's going to dodge at the last second, as he has been. And poor Pigman can't seem to get like that juicy Slicing Shards after his very first one against the Spearman. It's a good bit of damage, but Olaf's just been on top of the dodging. The main Slaanesh pileup is running out of gas. The Chaos War Shrine is routing. Still draining people as it routes, though, so it does need to be killed by something. Spawner almost dead. Demoness doing fine. Other Moondragon fighting it out with Demonettes, who are close to death. As the Storm Riders reform lines. This could be a pretty nasty volley, but ooh, they're going to get tier 3 army ability rampaged, which will do significant damage, but also just draw them into a fight with the Demonettes. That would normally matter more, but the Demonettes are already almost dead. Why does that tower has legit only shot this Moondragon? I don't know if anybody else has been watching it, but I've seen it hit the Moondragon literally 3 times. Anyway, I don't know why that tower hates the Moondragon, but it does. Oh no, we have a almost full health Seeker still outside the walls. Yeah, so much for getting a few units here and all the chaos. Anyway, this pocket of Slaanesh has been defeated. The main pocket that I actually thought was in trouble for quite a while did end up actually winning, as the Keeper of Secrets just slams through there. I think she's been slowly healing up, yeah, from feasting on fear, so apparently can just tank through it. Gets through with her Spawn and Demonette friends. Until these Demonettes capture that final point, though, she actually can't take the thing. And I wonder if that's what he's going for now, is just like a capture this quickly, which is taking him too long, but capture that quickly and then all of a sudden take this one and try and win that way. But as we can see here, these Demonettes are taking forever to kill the High Elf Spearmen. They'll get it done eventually, but not eventually enough, as more Lions are going to come sprinting in and knock Demonettes all over the place with a brutal rear charge. And might just get them to Demonic Instability crumble. Exalted Keeper's Secrets trying to find a fight, trying to find a home, as the Seekers who were once forgotten are now here to deal with Teclis. Do we have something to lock him in place, or are they even trying to? It doesn't look like they're trying to, as the Seekers just rip through. try and catch out these guys as this Keeper of Secrets waddles around the corner, looking ominous. Might rampage all these range units? And then a Slicing Shards, I'm guessing? Or is it just a rampage for the sake of rampage? There it is. Rampage into Slicing Shards, the classic combo. She is almost dead, but she is trying to heal up. And just Overcast, that's going to be a really painful Slicing Shards. The Rampage is worn off, but they're not moving away quickly enough. Army losses hits just as the giant Slicing Shards takes out 4 high elf units, but it is too late for Slaanesh. They are toast. They are roasty, toasty, roly-polies. The Unbreakable spawn remain. There's no hope for them winning this game. So Olaf did 2-0. No Skaven match. Techless 3,200 value. Moondragons 2,000, 2,400 apiece. The Spearmen just would never die. High Elf Archers did amazingly. Lyran Reavers, I mean, they got caught eventually, but they provided a lot of harassment and annoyance. For Pigman, his Keeper of Secrets did alright. 2,500 value for her. Demonettes, some of them got decent value, but most of them struggled. Chaos Spawn also struggled quite a lot. Just getting pin-cushioned by those arrows, man. GG. NC stands for Nice Redacted. Rampage feels potentially good for Slaanesh here if you can get the enemies to charge out of the gates. Yeah. Your prompts to Skaven duel? It's not gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But that's the thing. See, if it was truly unbalanced, then we would have gotten Skaven duels for every series. But so far, out of the 4 series, we would have had 1 Skaven duel, but a player had to leave. So the other 2 were 2-0s. Did you like your pizza? I don't know what's being referenced, so I'm gonna say yes. Did I? Did I like my pizza? I don't know. Technically, a Skaven duel could decide the finals. Yes, and I kind of hope it does. I have to go to bed, but I kind of hope it does. I do have to go to bed. But that would be sick. So that was when Olaf sent me that. He knew he was done, so it was 20 minutes ago. So he and Angel should be done with game 1 for now. Well, not for now, but soon. Oh, wicked! The It's a Pizza. Yeah, that was pretty lit. We enjoyed that. Okay. I'm gonna put up a text thing. Okay, and text says BRB. How do I change the size? Vertical alignment, yes. That's all cool, but oh, and then I just like change the size. Oh, we're learning. BRB. Burb. I will return when I feel like it. We're so proud of you, Wicked to go. Good night, Stick. Wait. I'm back. Did they do something? What did they do? No. Hello, I'm back. We have lost 20 viewers while I've been gone. That is not surprising. It is very late at night and I threw up a BRB. That is just classic. 1v1 Sekiro? How does that work? Sekiro? This is bullshit. Where is the finals? You fall asleep to sounds of the next match because dentist. I gotta wake up. It's 10 p.m. here. I wake up at 5, so I'll be up in 7 hours going to work. Oy, 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 oy. Lobby showed up, his name's Radass. I'm just looking for the lobby that says ODM equals Olaf de Moose. That's all I care about. It's the only lobby I want. It's the only lobby I need. Anything else is a dirty lie. Your sleep is determined by an 8-ball. That's not. It's not super healthy. I can sympathize, but it's not healthy. Where? Where are you, Olaf? And Angel. Chat, I'm sleepy. You sleepy? Did any of the late night gamers here watch League of Legends Worlds? If so, how excited are you that NA drew NA and couldn't possibly miss quarterfinals because we fought ourselves? I kinda want, well, I really want FlyQuest to do well against Gen G. The kindas, I don't think they will, but that'd be fun. If they didn't just get ass blasted and out of the tournament. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Death Rabbit's mad. Airstrikes is less mad, but he's still mad. We are now entering minute 30 of their game 1. That seems like they should be done soon. Please. Please be done soon so we can join you. I don't think I'll be able to cast their replay from game 1 because it is late and I gotta go. Hi, Hummus. Hi, whoever made that lobby just to say hi to me. I'm gonna find out who it is. I'm gonna find this person. It's Airstrikes! I caught you! Anyway, you want Dota 2 to be relevant again? Never. I didn't watch Dota 2. I entered with League, so I know the game exists, obviously, because League copied it pretty heavily, but I've never actually watched it or played it. But yeah, anyway, it's getting really late, so I'm hoping to just hop in on game 2 and then call it. Oh, he's streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I just hopped in on their Discord chat to check on it. They are halfway through their game. This is gonna be cooked as hell. Okay, wait, so game capture off. That off. And if I go here, boom. Watch the stream of Olaf's stream of him fighting Angel. I win. Okay, so what's going on here? It's High Elves again. He's trying to hold against Kislev. Ooh, Kislev got through for Angel. Angel's up about 3,000 damage value, which is pretty brutal. I'm deafened, so he can't hear their conversation. That would be mean. I just saw he was streaming, and I'm like, I need something to do. Techless. Oh, Angel took Castalton? What a legend! Let's go, Angel. Taking Castalton to run down the High Elves. But yeah, how we doing? We're over halfway on time. So the High Elves are doing really good on time, actually. 8 minutes left. Still have some Lothern Seaguard. Looking at the bottom, they still have 2 full health White Lions. You see that in Control Group 3? I took you with me, right? Yeah, I did. Or the Zargard? That's a little gross, but the Moondragon has breath attack, so it'll probably be fine. Techless brought Chain Lightning. Huge. Huge if true. What is that Beastcaster? Is it just Flock of Doom, or is he using her as a mana battery with the Starwood Staff or whatever? I don't know. Kizzle's got a little Grom firing up and over at the Moondragon. That's fine. Oh, that's the Frozen Heart of Winter. That's the ROR Elemental Bear. So goddamn epic. Elves are falling further behind in the balance power, though, which is problematic. They just lost their mage again off screen, but I can see that she routed, so something bad happened to her. Fireborn also got routed, so we're getting largely down to the archers here, but he has 3 archers in reserve and the 2 full health White Lions. Where are those full health archers? It's not Lothern Seaguard. Lothern Seaguard are right there. We can see those. Where are the actual archers? They're all up on that hill. With 7 minutes to go, he's got such a good position on that hill. I don't know. I don't know if Kislev can take it in time. I think they can take it if time wasn't a factor, but they're actually going to fucking run out. Look at this. Look at the sweet position he has. Building walls behind him, but I think that's just a raised platform. I don't think you can get at those archers from the front, which is probably why he positioned that way. The Zargard are still just marching in. Kislev's like they're trying to recollect their forces so they don't march one by one into this archer fire of death, but they're just running out of time. They only have 6 minutes left and they haven't even gotten out of that central area. They did take the rally point though, so at least like the end is nigh. They can actually go get the real conquest point, but as you can see, Techless is just throwing down Flock of Dooms whenever they try and get through anywhere. And archers are still firing. Looks like some of his forces are going to go deal with these archers here and actually walk into the grinder, but the rest are going around, which is pretty smart. Don't see why you wouldn't do that. 6 minutes left on the timer. Good shot, good shot. Little Grom's getting some free value onto Lothern Seaguard, but closing in on 5 minutes left. It's not like Little Grom. I mean, Little Grom's running out of ammo anyway, but it's not like you can kite this out and just take all the time in the world. Eventually, you're in big trouble. Tower's still shooting in, and I don't know if I even fuck with that bounce power. There's some unit in the back. I can't tell what it is. I hope for Kislev's sake it's just a Kossar, but you see that full health unit in the back there? Full health, full ammo that's taking a point. That's pretty brutal. Dragon has one last breath attack. Techless has Flock of Dooms for days. But he might not actually have it for days. His mana hasn't ticked up in a while, so I think he's mana capped. Seems to be. Little Grom's still firing. Gestalten and his Kislevites trying to get in range. We have 2 full health White Lions of Christ that aren't going anywhere. But those guys are going to be a real nuisance. Elves have probably got it. Bounce power is fraudulent as fuck with a full health Little Grom, half health Frost Bear of Ice, Winter Heart, Winter, and half health Gestalten that's healing himself. When I say fraudulent, it's not that they're like not good, I just meant like versus what's left, it's not great. Because like the archers will shoot the piss out of the Frozen Heart of Winter. Gestalten's not gonna have a great time versus White Lions of Grace, that kind of thing. 4 minutes left. Defender's still chunking away. Damage value, Angel has about almost a 3,000 damage value lead, but Teclis has been throwing out regrowths, it looks like, occasionally. Healing himself up a bit. And I don't think, as some people in chat were talking about earlier, I don't think towers count towards your bounce power. Not bounce power, your damage value. Nice Flock of Doom. Kislev is pushing through this flank that we're watching right now. Elves are falling back. They have 1 healthy alive in CR, but he's out of position. Moondragon's trying to get some good charging in. I don't know why he's retreating. He's not scared of Little Grom. I guess he's scared of those archers. Are those actually not ambushers? What are they? I could make a Moondragon afraid. Bounce power is evening out, which is really good for the High Elves. Again, as we've noted all day, but oh, that breath attack from the Frostbear was actually good. Oh, and the Frostbear's trying to go for the cap! He's trying to just cap it. Olaf quickly tries to build a tower, but it's gonna take over a minute to build that fucking thing, so it doesn't matter. Archers are pin cushioning Gestalten, who's busy fighting White Lions. The Moondragon's hunting down Little Grom. High Elves are definitely taking a lead on this one. And it looks like another defender victory is coming in hot here. Kislev is pouring through the cracks. High Elves not able to hold all positions at once, but that doesn't really matter, does it? 3 minutes left in the timer. Frozen Heart of Winter still trying to capture the point just for a moral victory. It's not like you win as soon as you take it. Like, it still has to tick up on points, and we still have 2 minutes left. I don't know what those guys are that are coming towards that Moondragon. Full HP. But, like, kind of like the problem you mentioned earlier with the Dark Elf game versus Yumae's Ogres is, it's not like they can stop and shoot the dragon or anything. Like, they have to get up to the point. Though at this point, I think, like, I literally just said, though, he can't capture the point. There's not enough time. He does have to go for army losses, so maybe those armored Cossars should stop and shoot the dragon and just try and get some damage out or something, but it's looking cursed. I don't know how Kislev can win this. Pop Sword of Tech List. Get your power reserve. There you go. Honestly, also I would pop the Potion of Troy and just get Techless, more health so you can get closer to army lossing the enemy just to seal your opponent's fate. Because you gotta remember, army losses is gonna happen what looks like early for the red team because they had a larger force, so they get hurt more when the bounce power goes down, but Moondragon still have a breath attack? My god! Ooh, the Ice Bear has a breath attack. Throws one right down the White Lions who are gonna rout, and then the archers are also gonna rout. Wait a second. Wait a second, don't call it a comeback. The main point is taken with 1.5 minutes on the board. Let's see how quickly that point actually ticks up, because I have no idea how long it takes. You can see the big green bar is filling red because they have the conquest point. 1 minute left. Moondragon's going for a huge breath attack, though. Oh, that's so much damage depending on what that unit was. If it's a Kossar with, like, bows, then yeah, not a big deal. If it's an armored Kossar, that was pretty good. It's an armored Kossar! It was pretty good! Moondragon lands on the Little Grom. Lands on the armored Kossar. Is going to take some damage here and there. Teclis and his boys wandering out. Looks like they just want to take... Oh, they want to take the rally point. Interesting. Knows he can't take back the other point. Oh, and Kislev went double Little Grom. Interesting. Well, with only 40 seconds left, it's pretty clear that the capture point isn't capturing fast enough to, like, end the game or anything. Because a minute... he got it at 1.5 minutes. A minute has passed since not halfway. So quick maths tells me that's not going to be a problem. So yeah, time is going to run out. For the first time tonight, time will run out, and the defenders will win off of that. There's no shot they get armor loss in the next 15 seconds. Little Grom firing the last of his ammo because there was a second Little Grom that I didn't really notice till recently, so he's going to fire at the Moon Dragon. It's a good little bit of poke there, but not enough. 4, 3, 2, 1. Victory for the High Elves. Tie goes to Defender, so it's a victory for the High Elves. Boom. All right, we'll catch the next game live in the normal format, but I saw Olaf was streaming and I was like, oh, we can just watch that. That bear captured Kislev's wins, yeah. Okay, let's find their lobby now that they're out of the game. Siege battle. Is it just 1v1? Yeah. We're on our last battle or last 2 battles. It's gonna be a late night stream. I can't go to bed ever. Oh, Grace! Why won't these people let me go to bed?
I won't do it.
I don't know, because they're jerks. Oh, I can go to bed when I want? Nice. I'm leaving. Screw this, brother. I'm out. Alright, stream's off.
No, it's not. He was not out.
He was not out. I like how that was probably the closest game of the night so far, and we caught it vicariously through a Discord stream that I YouTube streamed the Discord stream. Which, whatever. 99. I didn't leave, I was lying. I told a fib. As I do. I see the lobby, I just need a spectator slot. We will be entering game 2. If the attackers win with Olaf, it will be a victory. 2-0. If the defenders of Angel win, then we go to the Skaven duel. Which again, if we get another 2-0, that means only one of our 4 series tonight, the same side won twice. Because it would mean, to get a 2-0, you have to win as attacker and defender. Thank goodness for Discord streams. Ryder! I deafened as soon as I entered. No one heard anything. I just needed to steal the stream so I could talk about something instead of sitting in the multiplayer menus wondering what to do. Oy, 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 oy. I'm waiting for a spectator slot. I will get one eventually. Yay, there it is! Let's go! Alright, if you're like me and you want to go to bed, you are rooting for Olaf the Moose. If you are like me and you want to watch a Skaven 1v1, then you are like me and you are rooting for Ingel. Looks like we have Lizardmen and Nurgle. Olaf switches over to Grand Cathay. You just called off work so you watched the Rat Civil War. That seems like a good use of your time. Seems solid. Angel's been on Nurgle for a while, so I'm presuming they are Nurgle. Olaf switched from Lizards to Grand Cathay. I would be curious what a attacking Grand Cathay is going to bring. I think the legal term is, it is what it is. You know what is a good use of time? Coming to Game Hole Con. Board game conventions. Board games. Board games have cost more people more money than heroin ever will. As my boss would say, great initiative, but poor judgment. KV, go get yourself a forest and camp in it. I'm just gonna take a quick nap. I put my seat in full recliner mode. Snap o'clock. Looks like the final siege will be Nurgle versus Grand Cathay. Though to the people who wanted a Nurgle siege tower, you're not going to get one because they're the defenders. So, kick bricks, I guess. Grand Cathay is already ready. Nurgle is figuring it out. How's Nurgle doing on funds? Oh, Olaf unreadied. Guess I can't check. I mean, Olaf has more funds, so you'd think if he's ready, Nurgle's close behind. If Olaf were a real one, he'd go 10 cannons, start the game, immediately forfeit, get us to Skaven 1v1, and then go to bed. Easy W. Easy. I beat Outer Wilds the other day. That was a cool game. Not as much my style usually, but it was executed well enough that I was enjoying it. I really am not a fan of like vague puzzle games. I'm just kind of a person that likes very focused tasks, but it was real good. Atmosphere was incredible. Also, it was double whammy. I don't normally like vague puzzle games, and I also don't usually like space games. I'm more of a fantasy person than a space person. So it's a vague puzzle game in space, and yet it was dope as fuck. So, must be good. Both players are ready. We're getting into our final siege of the night. Possible final game if Grand Cathay wins on the attack versus Nurgle. If Nurgle prevails in their defense, we're going to a rat 1v1. What game should I play at Game Hall? What are they bringing? What games are there? What are your options? I have zero faith in this Grand Cathay build, by the way. Zero faith. 4 Celestial Dragon Guard, 3 Jade Warrior Halberds on offense? Cringe. 3 Crane Gunners on offense? Play Yahtzee. Yahtzee's a classic. Play Pokemon Yahtzee. Pokemon Yahtzee's a kid's game, but I still love it. Grace and I found a copy at like a garage sale, and I bought it for nostalgia, and we played around. It does not. See, when I say it does not age well, it's not aging like 2000s to 2024. It's that I am older than when I played it as a kid. So in that aspect, yes, it does not age well because I am older, but it was fine. I loved it as a kid. You like Celestial Dragon Guard? They look cool. I have yet to see them do fantastically because I have high standards for things, but look at these ruined towers. Are we in the Chaos Wastes? And if so, why bother with a fortress? You know it's just gonna be overrun. Oh, look at this keep though. Hold on, do they actually have a throne room in like a keep that shouldn't even exist? No, okay. It's hollow. I was like, if they went through and actually like put the rooms in for literally no reason, that would be hilarious. So what's this supposed to be? Okay, so this is like the top. Yes, this is the top. Alright, do you have a throne room? No. Okay. Pokemon Sorry? I didn't even know Pokemon Sorry existed. Let me break down your thoughts on Celestial Dragon Guard. I think you're paying too much for a defensive unit that isn't as good at being a defensive unit as some other units in the game that are usually cheaper. Like, they have really half-assed, aggressive stats that they're paying for, but they're still not very good. Like 34-43 for a melee stat line for how elite this unit is great, but you have armor piercing, I guess. I don't know, I just don't like them. 95 armor, no spell resistance, they still get taken out by like Pendulum or Pit of Shades or something. They're slow as dirt. 28 speed. I think I would be less harsh on them if Jade Warriors weren't on the same roster, because Jade Warriors are like, you can afford pretty much 2 Jade Warrior Halberds for 1 Celestial Dragon Guard. And they are not half as good. They are just about as good. The throne room is where the Marauders do their Fire Fist Slam. Yeah, why haven't we gotten any incarnate and elemental beasts doing the Fire Fist Slam? What's that about? For the Nurgle forces inside the fortress, we have Chaos Knights of Nurgle, Chosen of Nurgle, Plague Bearers as well, Nurglings including the Frolickers Bubonic, and a Chaos Sorcerer Lord with Flesh Abundance and Stream of Corruption. Pretty straightforward Nurgle build. Knights, Chosen, Plague Bearers, Nurglings, Lord. On the other side, for Grand Cathay, it is a lot of shooting. There's a lot of shooting. Celestial Dragon Guard and Jade Warriors, Halberds for a front line, then double Skyjunk, triple Crane Gunner, 1 Grand Cannon, the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin, the Peasants of the Silver Road, and the Grace of Qian, 2 Onyx Crowmen, and Zhao Ming with Bound Transmutation and Dragon's Breath. That is so much shooting. The Skyjunks will unironically actually do pretty well versus the build Nurgle brought. I don't know about the Crane Gunners, because they can't see shit. They can't see anything. There's nothing to attack the Skyjunks, just towers, yeah. Just towers on the walls, but I'm more worried about the three Crane Gunners being literally wasted thousands of gold. I think he brought the cannon just to shoot at the towers and keep the Skyjunks alive. Oh, then they have the Zhengdu War Drum. Okay. Man, Angel is not happy to see 2 Skyjunks. Like, not at all. Nurgle is manning the walls. Crane Gunners are meant to mount the walls and shoot inwards. That is pretty smart, Mr. Altman. Yeah, Necromancer. Altman beat you to it, but I didn't think of that. For some reason I thought they were like Jezzails and they couldn't be on the walls. But we saw that earlier, they were on the walls, so. Neat. Okay. So Cathay's gonna take the walls and then shoot inwards. I'm also kind of surprised they're not using siege weapons. No siege weapons, just lads. Celestial Dragon God. Oh, and for some reason this hyper elite unit has bronze shields. Okay. Don't know why they don't have silver shields. Like they're paying for it. Might as well give them the goddamn silver shields. I like Jade Warriors better, just because I like green. And we're off. The walls are under siege by the Sky Junks already. Plague Bear's gonna take a little bit of damage here and there. The cannons look like they're gonna focus on the towers. Don't want to damage the walls too much, otherwise they can't take it with their crane gunners. Nurgle mounting a pretty spread out defense at the main area, not retreating to the corner, not also fully committing to the walls. Already we've nearly lost a piercing tower. I worry about the Skyjunk's ammo though. If they piss too much of it away on the towers, then they won't have any to kill the Chosen and stuff. Cathay advances. Plague Bears have already lost half their HP, getting shot at by kind of everything. It's trying to snipe them out. Is it crane gunners? They're trying. Oh, it's also the Grace of Key-In. Gotcha. Skyjunks move up. These crane gunners are getting obliterated by the walls currently. Those towers wreaking a deadly toll on those poor crane gunners. Hurry up and take them walls! Plague Bear is taking a lot of fire. Gonna retreat from the walls for now, which will shut down some of these towers. Some of the problems for Grand Cathay go away. Others persist. Cathay are gonna mount the walls with their ladders. Nurgle Cab's sneaking out. Where? What? Oh my goodness! You're right. You're right, WMD. Chaos Knights and Nurgle are out here. Now the Righteous Lance Evasion and the Empress Croman seem to have noticed this, and even the Crane Gunners are going to turn and try and deal with the oncoming cavalry as well. But still a little concerning. Those Cav are out there full free. Jade Warriors trying to get through the gates as the walls get taken by other men of the Empire. The Empire of the East, but still the Empire. And this is like maybe the first time all day we've had actually a contested landing. As the Plague Bears of Nurgle are going to hold back the Jade Warriors. Should do pretty well there, but should. Croman and Crane Gunners trying to stop these Chaos Knights of Nurgle from rolling through them. Already one Crane Gunner is dead, but oh, good lord, the focused fire. Yep, I would rout too. That was oppressive, how much they just got shot. Alright, so one of the Chaos Knights of Nurgle is dead. Grand Cathay is way up on the balance of power, and they're actually way up on gold damage value too, which is concerning. The Skyjunks have flown straight over the front line, nothing to stop them, no ranged units really, and Zhao Ming is also just causing a bunch of issues as well. It's looking pretty tough for Nurgle here. This lower section of the wall is taken by Cathay. See how long it takes them to take the gate and actually get their troops through the front there. And the second Chaos Knight is also routed. Croman gonna chase off all those, so Nurgle lost all their mobility. Down to just infantry. Hi, Totacular. This is the last game, or if Nurgle wins, the second to last game of the stream. So you did pop in just at the end, and I have to go to bed after this because it is late and I have to work in the morning. But hi, it is good to see you. Hi. Khorne did get Last Samurai, dude. He did. Cathay is just going to go take the gate because breaking it down takes so much more time and effort than just capturing it if you're already in the walls like they are. Plague Bear is starting to fall back away from this area while the Righteous Lance Evasion and the Emperor's Croman chase down that Chaos Knight into the ether. Zhao Ming is not to be deterred. He's rolling through these Plague Bears. Which, like, I guess. Gates are open because they belong to Grand Cathay now. Hey, how long does it take you to capture a gate? There you go. Open the gates! Open the gates! Get in here. Open these mother flipping gates. Gracie key in, plus other archers dealing with those Nurglings as the Crowmen deal with some other ones, trying to get them to crumble. Skyjunk's firing away at whatever they feel like. As Cathay just pour over the walls. Can the Crane Gunners seriously, can they take the, oh my, they can take the ladders. Skaven Jezzails can't take ladders. What the hell is this bullshit? Whatever. Whatever. We still have 3 Chosen of Nurgle, 4 Chosen of Nurgle, chilling in the high ground. They have not been pushed at all yet. But 4,900 damage value to 500. Nurgle went with the just tank it. Tank it, they can't possibly kill us all strategy. How are we doing, Skyjunks? 5, I don't know why I said 5. 10 ammunition, 8 ammunition. Gracie Keyin are inside the walls. Crane Gunners are on the walls. Nurgle's fallen back. Haven't lost any capture points so far, but it's just a matter of time as Cathay resets their battle lines now that they're in the walls. Nurgle relying on their old army passive, where they just, if you take damage, you get army ability. Uh-oh. Missiles coming in. Game paused briefly, so I was worried it was going to crash. I was like, don't you crash. Plague Bearers over here are actually holding their ground. Going to try and fight the Celestial Dragon Guard, which the Celestial Dragon Guard should beat them. Celestial Dragon Guard do not do magic damage. So Plague Bearers do get their physical resistance, but only just. The balloons keep ominously moving forward. 4 volleys left on that one, 7 on this. They is formed up. Their Crane Gunners now have taken the walls and are starting to snipe out the Nurgle forces. That's pretty crafty. I honestly, I mean, I know you've said it already, but I didn't know they could take the walls, and now they just sit up here and snipe. Nice stream of corruption down the Celestial Dragon Guard. Looks like it was overcast. The Rat Brannigan maneuver. I like that. Zhao Ming considering diving this Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Can't say I blame him. What are these Crane Gunners up to? Oh, they're just firing straight down to those Plague Bearers. Snipe them. Get them. Get them, Crane Gunners. Oh, that looks badass. Why do they get to climb the walls and Jezzail's down? Stupid. Can Hawkman long rifles be on the walls? Because I take issue with this. More Plague Bearers of Nurgle are gone. Nurglings are going to die too here. It's the Grace of Keyin are shooting at them. I'm a little worried about those 4 Chosen. If all of the Crane Gunner ammunition, if all of the Skyjunk ammunition, if all of the Grace of Keyin ammunition gets used on Nurglings and Plague Bearers, I mean, you still have 4 Chosen to work through. Is Kif a Plague Bearer? Yes. I mean, he literally looks like a Plague Bearer. Are there even any for me to left to compare to? No, they're all dead. Did the cannons? The cannons got in here? He's actually... Where was Nurgle when the Westfold belt? Still standing here getting shot in the face, but they dragged a cannon into the fortress. One thing you can say for Nurgle is it's been 9 minutes. They've almost got halfway to the time limit, and Cathay is very far away from taking these points. Chosen trying to run away. Unfortunately for them, they are clumping, so now these cannon shots are going to get a lot of damage value out. Fleshy Abundance going to heal them, but the cannons also deal fire damage, so they will get that reduced healing effect. It's pretty tough, but the Chosen moving back to the points, just gonna be content that Cathay can't cap them in time. If you're Cathay, I don't know if you go for the capture. I honestly think you try and army loss, these guys. Plague Bearers get surrounded by Khorne plus the Righteous Lance of Jin. They should get picked off pretty quickly. Zhao Ming's coming over, probably to start final transmutationing this guy. And the cannon continues to march up, and it's Silver Road marching up, and the Chosen just falling back. Skyjunk, you have 2 ammunition left. Why are you bothering with Plague Bears? They're almost dead. That is not your concern. As these Plague Bears are actually roasting and toasting the Onyx Khorne. Damn. Rip Onyx Khorne, they're about to demonic instability crumble. There they go. Ooh, the grenades of Nangao? Yeah, they could Nangao these fools. Looks like they're set up to do so, they're just busy. And the Skyjunks also have those bombs, don't they? There are the grenades going in. Bombing poor Nurgle boys. Army losses is Nurgle's worst enemy right here. Plague Bears are gone. They'll faded away. Lost a bunch of towers because capture points were taken. They is moving up. 9 minutes left. Will that Fleshy Abundance even heal that much? Or the cannons killing models outright? Cannons were killing models outright, but it healed them a decent amount. Nurgle is falling back. Cathay's marching forward. 9 minutes left on the timer. I still think Cathay's probably got this. 1 volley, 2 volleys on their Skyjunks. And the Crane Gunners advance. Ooh, good charging from the Emperor's Khorne and the Righteous Lance of Jin onto the Chosen and Nurgle. Grinding those guys down, getting them awful close to routing. And I really haven't seen too much magic from Zhao Ming, so he probably has a lot of final transmutations for that Nurgle caster in the late game. We are about to lose this Chosen. Their leadership dips. They are routing, making them easy prey. 3 Chaos Knights return to the city, and then they rout immediately. They actually shatter. Balance power is looking dire for Nurgle. 8 minutes left. I heard a cannon go boom. Is it in range of something again? Kinda. Shot at a guy for a second. Skyjunk flying overhead, using their little muskets to shoot down at these Chosen Nurgle as they go. Imagine how comfortable Pox on your Skyjunk feels. Ha! On your Skyjunk. That sounds like your generals. Good bomb drops onto these Chosen Nurgle from the Skyjunks, and then Grace of Kian start firing. Ooey owie damage on Madawi. Mark of Yin reduces a lot of stuff that helps keep these guys alive, and they get chunked out. Balance of power is getting real bad because it's a full health Lord and a half health Chosen Nurgle that gets smoked by the Skyjunk's last couple rocket shots. There's still a full health Chosen way over there. How many Chosen are there? There's army losses, however. Nurgle cannot simply out-tank Grand Cathay, as they are behind almost 10,000 damage value. Pure infantry strat did not work. That is a GG. Congratulations to Olaf the Moose for winning it. And thanks everybody for playing. It was a good time. It was a good time. Last game was a little slow, but that's just because the strategies involved was one side wanted to shoot a lot and the other side wanted to tank all the damage, so there wasn't a lot going on. But the other games were actually bangers. So, GG's to both. Thanks for hanging out. I gotta go to bed. So, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.